WNYathletics.com would like to thank today's sponsors. Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. Ready to sell your home? Visit howardhanna.com today. Howard Hanna. Home happens here. Western New York Immediate Care, with 4 convenient locations in the Buffalo area: Amherst, Buffalo, Depew, Lancaster, and Orchard Park. Western New York Immediate Care is now offering telemedicine services to provide you care anytime, anywhere. Visit WNY Immediate Care on-site or virtually at WNYimmediatecare.com. Logistics Plus Buffalo is your go-to resource for all your transportation needs. LP moves freight of all shapes and sizes all across the world. Call LP Buffalo today at 716-877-9653 or email buffalo@logisticsplus.com. AdPro Sports. AdPro is the largest team sports dealers and brand merchandise providers in the nation. For a variety of custom merchandise solutions, from apparel to promotional items, visit adprosports.com. Empire Electric. For all your home, business, or office electrical needs, call Empire Electric at 716-634-0330. Free estimates and financing available for all customers. Empire Electric. Call 716-634-0330.
High school football fans, we are back for another season of high school football for 2022-2023. This game right here in Erie, Pennsylvania, Gus Johnson Field. It is the McDowell Trojans taking on the Bennett Tigers. Norm Rodriguez here along with one of my good friends and partners in crime, Tom Prince. Tom, how are you doing as we hit the evening?
Forget this. We're at McDowell University is where we're at. You see this entrance we're about to see?
It's packed.
It's packed. They've got the band. They got the color guard. They got it. Look what they're going to run through over here.
That's the whole 9 yards.
You got to see. They got 100 players on the team. They got we've seen the cheerleaders. We've seen the youth cheerleaders. We've seen it all right
yes,
now.
We have.
It's this is going to be a game. Western New York, you're going to love this one. For those of you in Erie, you're going to get a first chance to see Western New York athletics. Boy, we are excited.
Oh, it's going to be a great season, first of many.
So right now, we're going to kick this whole thing off. I got a chance to interview Coach Orlando first, right? So we're going to go to the pre-interview where I got a chance to ask Coach Orlando some questions. We got to learn about what they've done so far this season. And for those in Western New York, we're going to hear about some of those players, actually, that we're going to hear about today in this game. We got a big one for you. This one, let's go to the interview and start things off. Everybody, we've got our pregame show, and I have Coach Brad Orlando from McDowell, Erie, Pennsylvania, and we're going to get a chance to talk to Coach Orlando. I want to say, Coach, thanks for joining me today.
Absolutely, anytime.
So, Coach, my first question I have for you is, you open up the season with a big win against Walsh Jesuit, 56-37. What did you learn about your team in that win?
Well, a lot of things. Game one, going in against these guys, it was actually their game too. So emphasis all week was, focusing on the transition, all the little things. Hadn't played 4 quarters of football yet. And that's always big in game one. Coming out in the first quarter, we had a few careless penalties, just some receivers not set, offsides, et cetera. Ended up cleaning those things up, but had a lot of balance on offense. Ended up with, 665 yards offense against a team that was in the Final Four last year. Quarterback played really well. Our running back, Artis Simmons, had a big game. And up front, more than just being physical, those guys, after breaking down some film, were really clean on assignment, all the things that we were doing. Didn't play great in the first half defensively and ended up settling in and really defending that, big receiver that they had, who's an incredible athlete and a really good quarterback too, a well-coached team. So game one at home, it was it was a big victory, and as usual, you got to continue to get better every week.
No doubt about it. So, Coach, your next task now is you're going to take on Bennett out of Western New York. They were a New York State runner-up last year with a ton of its core returning. I want to say it's 18 players on both sides of the ball returning. What do you need to do to prepare for Bennett?
Well, they've got a lot of talent. Speaking on offensively, their defensive line has some really good players. Obviously, the kid going to Syracuse and some other transfers that are coming in. They got great team speed, and again, we're going to have to do the same thing. We're going to have to be able to run the ball effectively, protect against some of those guys who are very aggressive in their pass rush. Being that we don't have any film on them this year is a little bit different. Going off of last year's film, and things could obviously change. Some of their personnel has changed. We know some of those seniors, but not really who's replacing them. And then, defensively for us, being able to defend the run when they get into their 21 personnel sets and, not giving up big plays in their vertical passing game.
Fantastic. So, Coach, what do you believe is the most important thing McDowell has to do in order to get a victory?
Boy, that could be a long answer. I think there's a lot of things. I mean, the obvious things is we won the turnover battle last week, which is always important. So taking care of the football, being able to flip the field when we're not punting and make them have longer fields offensively, defend the run, not give up big plays. And again, just have a little bit of balance. And balance to me doesn't necessarily mean 30 run, 30 pass. It means being efficient. Being efficient when we're running it and being efficient when we're passing it. And week to week, those numbers can change, how much you run it. Being able to get the ball out to a lot of our different guys is what makes our offense go.
Understandable. Coach, what's practice been like this week for your team?
Yeah, it's been good so far. The staff goes in all weekend, and on Monday, it's football's kind of a different animal where you have 4 days to prepare every week. So for us, it was starting that process over. It was a great win on Friday, but that doesn't mean anything this week. We have a new opponent, a new challenge, and we've had 2 good days of practice, and we need to have two more good days to get ready to play a very talented team.
Fantastic. So, Coach, obviously the viewership in Western New York doesn't know your team really well. Talk about some of the names we're going to see and hear about on Friday night.
Yeah, we return a lot of guys. We have a big senior class. We had a smaller senior class last year. We graduated some really talented kids, but up front we have a junior, Cooper Cousins, who had a ton of offers and committed to Penn State. We'll have a couple quarterbacks and Ben Moore and Christian Santiago that both dual quarterback system for the first time in my 24 years. We started that last year. We had a running back who had 340 all-purpose yards last week between rushing and receiving, 295 on the ground. There's a lot of guys. It's hard to really, just pick out some names there, but those were some guys statistically that had some big game for us.
Fantastic. Well, Coach, I want to say thanks so much for joining me today on our pregame show. I'm really excited for this one. I think this is going to be 2 great matchups. This is going to be a great game. Can't wait to see how this plays.
Yeah, it should be a good game Friday, facing a team with a lot of talent, and looking forward to Friday Night Lights.
So that was one of 2 interviews that's going to be shown before the start of the game, and while we're waiting for the next one, some events going on, the cheer squad and
this is
the
really
pep band. Wow, I'm blown away. This is more like a college setting, like you said, Tom.
That's why
it's
I
amazing.
Call it McDowell University is what I said. It really is. But you know what? I'll tell you, for your Western New York fans, right? First of all, for you Erie fans, this is insane. I wish we see this all the time in Western New York. This is great. This is an experience that you want to be a part of, no doubt about it.
I agree.
For Coach McDuffie, I like what he's doing. Keeping them away from it. Huddling up, talking to them, getting their focus on them, not worrying about what's going on the field. Great job there by Coach McDuffie also. And that leads me right into what we got to do, because Coach McDuffie's got his interview, and we're going to get a chance to talk to him. So why don't we right now play Coach McDuffie's interview before this one, and then we can talk about them when we come back.
Let's do it.
We are now here with Coach Steve McDuffie of Bennett. We're excited, and I know Steve McDuffie's excited. Coach, we're excited to have you here today.
I appreciate y'all coming out.
Anytime. So, Coach, my first question for you is, Coach, you opened the season against a team from out of state in McDowell. How do you prepare for them this week?
Well, McDowell is a very, very tough opponent. We're looking at this game as probably one of the best matchups this week anywhere within the northeastern quadrant of the country. McDowell is a powerhouse team. They're a traditional program. So how are we going to prepare? We're going to prepare, all right, the same way we prepare for every team. But, of course, they have a couple key players that we have to focus on. But we're really not going to change our game plan too much because we like our kids also. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out and play our game, and we're going to see if they can, stop us. And we're not going to lose any sleep over, oh, we have to do this or we have to do that. I believe that our kids will be prepared, and I believe that they'll be ready to go.
Absolutely. So, Coach, expectations are high for Bennett this year, no doubt about it. How do you keep your team so focused and not looking ahead?
Well, around here I've been in high school. Our success has always been in our preparation. So we're going to continue to prepare. But I think, last year it was a rude awakening for our kids in the state championship, and they ate a big piece of humble pie. And, if they ever get too high on their horse, I'll continue to remind them of that. But also, I think we're going to play two big-time teams, in the northeast quadrant of the country when we play McDowell this week, and, of course, when we go out and play Finch in Ohio. And, that'll be a good pacing gear for our team. And, we're going to see where we're at. But once again, our kids have to understand that the only way that we're going to reach our goals if they continue to get better and better week in and week out.
No doubt. So, Coach, what did you learn about the run to the state championship last year that's going to help the team this year?
Well, you know what? What we learned is you have to be able to not only run the football, but throw the football. So, I know we've been a running team traditionally around here, It's never been a year where we didn't have over 2,000-yard rushers. But I think this year we're going to put a little bit bigger emphasis on throwing the football a little bit more. And I think that that'll help us down the road. But what we've really learned to do is to look at the little things and try to do the little things right. Because when I'm talking to our kids about day in and day out, if you do the little things right, big things will happen.
So, Coach, what does Bennett have to do in order to get a victory against McDowell?
And I think we just have to go out there and play our game, and we have to try to match them, speed for speed. And, it's going to be a hard-hitting physical football game. And I think we just have to play our style of football. I think that, we have to go out there and, we just have to play together. And I think if we play together and if we stay focused, good things will happen.
So my last question, Coach, there'll be a lot of people in Erie that's going to view this game that do not know Bennett very well at all, or the players on Bennett very well. Talk about some of the names that they'll see and hear about on Friday night.
You know what? See, this is a hard one for me because you know what? I'm really looking forward to seeing our defense actually play. I really think we probably have 10 guys on our defensive team that's probably Division I players. So I want to see if they can live up to that. But of course, you have Rashard Perry, you have Jaden Lewis. And then, on the back end, and see, once again, I can't forget about somebody like Darnell Hamilton, and I can't forget about, I think we have an incredible defensive line, and I don't want to do none of those guys injustice, but we had a kid transferring from health science who led the B in sacks with 17 last year with Jazier Fluker. So and then we go to the second level and you talk about the ball hawking skills of somebody like Jaden Lewis, and then I truly believe that we probably have the best secondary probably in the Northeast, with my son Noah sitting back there Rosenborough, who transferred in from St. Francis, who's the Monsignor Martin MVP with 3 interceptions in the state championship. And then you go over there, we got the freshman phenom, Damari Clemens, who already have 2 offers, and he's an Adidas All-American in his class. So, and then you when we flip it to offense, I'm telling everybody right now, look out, okay? I will repeat, okay? We have a kid over here that was timed at a 4.38, okay? And you know what? I don't know if I want to say his name or I just want to let him blow the cover off everything. So that's it. That you know what? I'm going to keep him a secret because you know what? I want everybody to see that one in person. But, we have a lot of great players. And, I'm very privileged to coach these guys and to get them in the right, send them in the right direction. But you know what? I think it'll be an exciting football game.
Fantastic, Coach. We look forward to it. We're going to get a chance to be down there. Can't wait to see it. Good luck, though, in this game. It's going to be a great one.
Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it.
So that was the national anthem, and that was done by a choral group from what we saw. And there was other pregame festivities that were going on. Players running out of a big Trojan helmet tunnel, among other fun things before start of kickoff.
Yeah, it was great to see what was going on there. We're going to go down the field right here and see if we can pick up what's going on. You can see the band going on right now. And then we're going to get that entrance that they ran through for you guys in Western New York so you can see what it was. But listen, we've had the band. We've had the color guard, right?
Yeah.
We've had they have everything here. This truly is, a festivity that you want to be a part of here, Western New York. Really check out. And we're going to see we'll make sure they get a chance to show you that helmet that they ran through. So what they do here at McDowell, for those of you in Western New York hadn't seen it, they actually are out in the parking lot.
Yeah,
they walk along the thing in the parking lot, and then what they do is they come through an entrance and then come to this big helmet that's out there, and then you can see they actually come out as a team to that helmet through the cheerleaders out to the band and then kind of go there. So, listen, this is going to be something right here. This is a big game right here for both teams.
Yes, it is.
It really is. This is a team, McDowell, that gets a chance to come to Western New York or be a part of Western New York in 2 games. Here's one of them, and the other one is St. Francis. They're going to get a chance to play.
Yeah.
2 great games right there that we're going to be able to see. So you're going to see Bennett's going to get the ball here first, right? That's what we've already saw. You saw the interviews, right?
Yes, I did.
And I'll tell you, 2 great coaches right here. And I'll tell you, you can see Coach Orlando felt he learned a ton after his first game. He really has got some stars out there. They can run the ball. He said it was the first time in 27 years that he had used 2 different quarterbacks. We're going to see 2 different quarterbacks come out here from McDowell, and he knows it that we're going to see that. And then on the flip on the other side is this will be all about the changes that you're going to see Bennett try to do.
Oh,
Bennett's
for sure.
trying to make some changes that they felt they need to institute to get back to that state championship game and win it this time.
They're hungry.
There's no doubt. So there is some big things that we're going to see here that's going to need to play out in here, right? There really is. Guys, this is going to be a fun one, but I'm going to tell you, and yes, Western New York, I know you've heard me say this time and time again, it's in the trenches today.
Warfare.
It really is. If you don't think this one's going to be fun in the trenches, watch out. Because I'll tell you, these 2 lines are something. And you can see Syracuse led by Rashad Perry in that line, Bennett led by Rashad Perry in that line, who's off to Syracuse. That's how I meant to say that.
Wow.
And we've also know that the line over for McDowell is just as big, and they've got somebody on the line that's committed to go over to Penn State. So this is going to be big, folks.
Well, here's the opening kickoff, and it'll be fielded inside the 20, and two players nearly ran into each other, looking for some space, getting to the 20, breaking a couple of tackles, and brought down by a crew of McDowell defenders near the 30-yard line. So a great recovery there by Bennett, because that could have been a disaster to start the season.
Especially because you saw how far the guy went back to catch it. He actually went back and ran into one of his guys. You should have known that you had a deep guy back there to be able to get that ball for you. So, again, you got to remember, one game under their belt for McDowell, no games yet. First game for Bennett, couple little jitters that are going to come out there that we're going to see.
Yeah, I'm sure that after a little bit they'll go away. This is a team that finished 11-2 last season and won a big playoff game in Highmark and got to the Carrier Dome. So we'll see how they do to start this game, as they're going to be in a three-wing set. It's going to be a pitch to start it off. It's going to be to Jaden Lewis. He finds some space. He gets to the 40, picks up a block, crosses midfield, and he goes out of bounds at around the 45. He tight-roped and nearly broke that one to the house.
Jaden Lewis, speed, speed, speed. He's off to the University of Buffalo, folks. He's another Division I person that we talked about. But we always talked about him on the other side of the ball last year. 12 different interceptions that this kid had over the year. Now we're going to see him run the ball. Boy, I asked him how, in the interview I did with him, I asked him how's he going to outdo last year. He's already showing how he's going to do it. We're going to see more running the ball.
Yeah, he had Madden-like numbers from checking his stat sheet, and those 12 picks, he had more than 400 return yards. But this is going to be a pitch of Jameer Thomas trying to reverse his field, gets into a wall of defenders, and that's going to lose some yardage. One of the defenders there for McDowell, that was Joey Orlando, number 56.
Yeah, and listen, my heart goes out to Joey Orlando. For those of you in Erie don't know, I've actually had a chance to actually coach him in a couple games. This kid is phenomenal. One of the nicest kids you ever want to coach, you ever want to be a part of. I'm telling you, this kid is truly a class act. And there are some big schools that are looking at him also. I definitely couldn't wait to come down and call a game with Joey.
So it's going to be second down here for Bennett. It looked like somebody jumped, but no flag. It's going to be a handoff on the inside to midfield. And the run was by number 6, that is Kareem Hathcock. So this is going to be third down here for Bennett.
So early on, what are we seeing from Bennett, right? You're seeing multiple guys run the ball. We knew that that's something they did last year.
Yeah.
It was a run that was by 3, 4, 5 different guys we'd see running the ball at times early on, and I like this early on because it's warm out here. I mean, we already know it's warm up here in the box, but you're talking about probably about 84 degrees start of this game.
So third down is going to be a 4-wide set, 2 on each side, shotgun formation. Here comes a pass in the flats. It is complete over to Roseboro. He gets it inside the 45 to around the 42, 43-yard line. He's indicating that he got the first down, and we'll just have to wait and see.
That's right there. We're going to see where they mark this. He gave
first down, he got it.
Yeah. And it's tough because we can't really see where they're placing the ball because of the players right here. So it's tough for us to see exactly where the placement was out there.
So a third down conversion by Bennett. So first down and 10, and they are in territory of McDowell. They're at the 42-yard line. So off to a strong start on their first offensive series of the season as they break the huddle. Looking to get the first points of the game, and that pass was completed by Antonio Davis. He is the starting quarterback for the Tigers, and this is going to be another handoff again to Hathcock, and he gets it to around the 35-yard line, and he gets tackled there by Christian Santiago.
You got to say early on. Boy, we're real early in this one, but so far the battle of the trenches seems to be going towards Bennett's way.
Right.
You can see the running backs are finding holes and being able to get those 5-6 yard runs out there. So this is going to be, like I said, we'll be talking about this through the game to see who wins that aspect of the game, because that's usually where you win and lose the game.
So it's going to be a second down and 4, and Bennett now in the I formation, as under center will be Davis. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a fake handoff. He'll throw. He's going deep. He's got a man wide open and caught for a touchdown. wide open there, and it looked like it may have been either Jaden Lewis or Jameer Thomas. It was Jaden Lewis. And he had his defender beat by a good 2-3 yards. He burnt them.
How you going to outdo yourself, Jaden Lewis? Well, I'm going to come out with the catch of the season to be able to get the first touchdown of the season for Bennett.
And a great job by Davis to sell that fake because it made McDowell's D-line bite and found an open man, and it looks like they're going to go for 2 here the way this is looking.
And we normally see this. We don't really see that Bennett has a kicker normally, so we don't 2 that they go for out here. It really does come out and actually get these and convert these.
Well, it's going to be a handoff, and in for the 2 points, and good is Shamir Lance, so credit him with the 2 points. And first offensive series of the season for Bennett. They score a touchdown plus the 2, make that an 8-0 ball game in favor of Bennett.
I mean, I don't think Coach McDuffie could have scripted it better anyway, right? He really did come out. What did he say in the interview we talked to him about? The one wrinkle or the one new thing you're going to see this year, we're going to throw the ball. We need to throw the ball, not as much as we run the ball, but we need to be more effective passing the ball and be able to do that. What do they come out? Against one of the top teams they're going to see this year, come out and they actually mix, right? The run opened up the pass is what it did right there. And there you go. There's the first touchdown.
Yeah, classic run to set up the pass. And we're about to see the kickoff here, and McDowell's going to get their first offensive series of the ball game. Again, they're 1-0 on the season. They got a 56-37 victory last week. That was over a Wells Jesuit. They're based in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio.
And that was a big win. And they were down in that game. They came out down early in that game, and actually, I want to say, just was actually leading going into the fourth quarter in that one. And here comes Erie, here comes McDowell, come rearing back with a big win. And I'll tell you, led by the running back, we're about to see here put up 295 yards that day. So I'm going to tell you right now, we are going to see something special. We know they can run and they can put up points. We are right now early on seeing this could be a shootout.
Oh, and I'm looking forward for it. Shootouts are awesome. Jackson and Blue are the deep men for McDowell as preparing to kick it off for Bennett. It looks like it will be Lewis putting toe to the leather. And away we go. Here comes the kickoff, and it's a squibber. Bounces at the 25, and it gets recovered there by Jackson. He finds a gap to the 35, breaks a couple of tackles, gets to the 40 to the 41, 42-yard line, and great field position to start it off here for the McDowell Trojans.
So now's the key, right? Now is what we're going to see right here, to see this explosive offense, to put up 56 points in the game before. You know this is explosive offense. Oh, wow. So Western New York, we already got a score coming from the Iroquois Southwestern game. 2-0. It's 2-0 Iroquois. We start off with a safety out there.
Well, here come the McDowell offense, and it's Ben Moore. He's in the shotgun formation. He's going with a trips to the left, one receiver to the right, and a single back. Again, they do a 2 QB system like we talked about before the start of the game. This could be like shades of Chris Leak and Tim Tebow back in the days with Florida. And it's going to be a handoff right off the bat to Simmons. Simmons, who nearly had 300 rush yards and 3 touchdowns last week, gets it to about the 45, 46-yard line, so 3-4 yards.
I'm trying to see what the tackle, I mean, obviously, a lot of guys in on that one. But again, positive yards, it's exactly what you want to start off with.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 5. So credit that's a 5-yard run. And it's going to be an outside handoff, and it goes over to Simmons again. He gets near midfield. There's a flag on the play. The main guy to take down for Bennett was Malachi Cash.
Look at the helmet all the way back at the 41-yard line.
Wow.
He just picked up. It was Rashad Perry, whose helmet came off, and he still went into the play. He is fearless, that man right there.
Yeah, last season, 123 tackles, 24 of them were sacks. Talk about playing some Madden football. That is amazing.
He is somebody that what you're looking at is, I am sure what McDowell is doing is they're looking at where he is on the line. And they are the runs are designed to probably, we've already seen, run away from him because he is that powerful and can change a game that easily.
And this is a pretty big penalty. The ball's going to be spotted at Bennett's 35. The penalty was against Bennett.
So it had to be a personal foul penalty. That's the 15 yards that was right there.
Yeah, and personal fouls are one of the few penalties in high school football that's automatic first down. Well, here's a snap, and it's going to be a touch pass over to Santiago and very minimal yardage.
So not in high school. No, it's not.
I would say, please correct me if I'm wrong.
There's 4 instances.
Yeah, 4.
It's running into the kicker,
running
into the holder, running into the
punter?
into the punter or the QB. So it's in essence against a certain player is what it is. So otherwise they have to mark those yards out to get you the first down still.
Yeah, and with penalties, it's at the spot plus the yardage from what I've seen. As they're going to
Well, in this case, it would have been, right? It was at the end of the play right there.
It's going to be 2 wides to the right, and shotgun formation once again for Ben Moore. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a handoff again over to Simmons. Simmons finds a gap in the middle of the field, gets it around the 25-yard line. Tackle down at the 26, and the guy to bring him down was Delshawn Taylor.
See that hole open up?
Yeah,
that hole opened up. Now I want you to know who's not on the field right now.
I don't see number 72.
There you go, right?
The long flowing hair.
We see this a lot with the Bennett team. So you see sometimes that they'll bend, don't break right here. So you saw right there the hole opened up, and they did a very good job of finding that hole and running right up the middle there.
Shotgun again. Takes a snap, and it's going to be a keeper. Fakes it to Simmons, and he's got a big gap. He's in the 10, the 5. He goes in easily for a touchdown. Bennett's defense bit on the fake over to Simmons, and wide open field, and just trotted into the end zone. And I wonder if they're going to kick the 1 or go for the tie right away and go for the 2. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and again, I think that you're going to probably, or this early in the game, probably still go for the 1, right?
Yeah, and the kicker, I saw him warm up, and he's got a cannon for a leg. It is Alex Sontheimer. He was booting 45-yard field goals during warm-ups. So here's a snap, put down, kick is on the way, and it is good. Ricky Gladden was the holder on that, so 8-7 to score. Bennett still ahead.
We're not even 5 minutes into this game,
No,
and we've already got 2 scores. We got a shootout on our hands. So now it's going to come down to, right, which defense really is going to come up with that big play and make some of that key stops that we need to see happen right here.
It's going to be that or possibly who gets the ball last.
I agree 100% with that right there. Or the third I'm going to throw out there is, does special teams come into play right here and that be the difference in the game because of going for 2 versus kicking the extra points?
Yeah, because if 2-pointers are good or no good, the conversions add up really quick.
Absolutely.
Even though it's just 2 points at a time, 5 times it's 10. So,
and then what you do is you start forcing the other team to play that I've got to go for the 2 points too because I can't afford to keep falling farther behind just because of 2-point conversions. So it'll be very interesting. There's a lot of things to play out, and that's the reason why you have such a great game here out in the field when you see all those different things have to play out on the field. But early on, we got a great one, folks, and it's exactly what we thought it was going to be. And so far it's been ground and pound for both teams besides one big pass play for Bennett that we saw go for the touchdown to Lewis.
Yeah, McDowell didn't throw it once the first drive.
No.
The exception of that little touch pass to Santiago, but here's the kickoff. It's a pop fly. It's bobbled, picked up at around the 19-yard line, and he's able to get away from a couple of tacklers, but into a gang of McDowell defenders. The return was by Dominic Howard, and once again, near disaster on the special teams, but they're able to recover the bobble and get some yardage.
So, no doubt right here, this is going to be a big spot where we're going to be able to see happen right here, right? Because you need to answer what you just saw happen right here. So what's the answer now for Bennett, what you just saw happen? Because McDowell had the answer for you, right? So now let's see what the answer is the opposite way.
I'm excited to see what's going to happen. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Bennett as Davis will be under center. It's going to be an I formation, and it's going to be another handoff. And breaking some tackles is Hathcock. Gets it past the 35 to around the 37-yard line. So good chunky yardage there in the first play of their second series.
I'll tell you, when we talked about a battle of the trenches, it's really been so far both offensive lines winning, right? Is really what we've seen. It's been the offensive lines for both teams that have really gone out there and done what they've needed to do.
All I know is whoever's a cashier, get ready to run up your register. as it's going to be again the I formation. Here's a snap, and it's going to be another handoff. And this time, though, a pile of defenders in there for McDowell. A couple players I saw that were in on the tackle were Troy Peterson and Elijah Gibbs.
But I do think that's still a first down. So it was still effective run right there for Bennett. You do see the chains moving right now.
Don't need a lot, you just need enough. So 40-yard line, first down and 10 for Bennett. And we're just under 7 minutes left in the first. So Bennett breaks the huddle. And from what we're seeing defensively, it is looking like a 4-3. But here's a snap, and it's going to be another handoff. Cracking it past the 45 near the 48-yard line. And it looked like the run was by a Shamir Land, number 3.
Yep, you've seen just what all these different running backs, right? It's not one.
No, it's like
We've seen 3 to 4 running backs already early in this game for Bennett.
I like that. Keep all the legs fresh. Don't overwork any of them. If they're all effective, use them.
And that's nothing new. That's what we saw last year as they ran there, got on the run. They'll find one that they use a little bit more often, yes, but you'll see they're not afraid to use multiple running backs.
Well, this time McDowell's not fooled. The top 2 guys in for the stop, they were Angel Ruiz and also number 60, Ryan Vasoski.
So big third down here right at midfield. You also wonder right here, right? Right about that midfield for Bennett is that thing is if fourth down does come up, do they go for it or not? It's right at that borderline where you see they make a tough decision.
So it's a third down and 2 yards. They're going to give it to their big fullback, pounding the rock past midfield, and shades of Mike Allstott there and Daryl Hamilton. A big fullback, 5'11", 260 pounds. From looking at him run, that's muscle. And it's going to be enough for a first down, so 2 third down conversions on this drive for Bennett.
So you wonder, are they setting up a pass again, right? That's the key. That's exactly how it went for the first drive. Let's see when they decide to throw the ball.
Well, they're in the shotgun right now, so this could be a play action. Nope. Here's a snap. Throwing it downfield, and incomplete. That was intended for Aaron Roseborough, and it's going to be second down and 10.
He hits him. That's no doubt a first down and a lot more,
sure.
Right? It just up, as you saw, off the fingertips right there. Great, I'll tell you, great run right there. Found the opening right in that kind of the zone that was out there. Just went above his hands and just be able to miss that opportunity to make a big play.
Even so, it's only second down, so not to worry about panicking. 4 wide set, shotgun formation for the second straight play. Man set in motion, and it's going to be a jet sweep, and it's going over to Thomas. He finds a gap. He picks up a blocker, gets to the 30, and he slips, falls to the 26-yard line. It's way more than enough for the first down, and the defender there was Ricky Gladden. Nice run there by Thomas on the jet sweep.
You know, the one thing that no doubt that we know, Bennett has is speed, right? And we saw it early on, right? Remember? Both runs that they've had for really big runs, when they got to the outside and be able to use that speed they got when they got to the outside first.
Yeah, and so far, both teams, it's been even strength offensively as they're looking to get another touchdown. I would say before the end of the quarter, get double digits in it. Why not? As they're going into the I formation, 3 wides, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and it's going to be another handoff, finding a gap to the 20 and dragging defenders along with them. Again, that is Halfcock. Gets it inside the 15 to around the 12, and move those chains again, chain gang. That's a first down.
Yeah. Wow. I just can't believe how well both offensive lines are playing. You just see these holes opening up so nice. And that's a testament to these lines. It really is. And a lot of people don't talk about it. They say, hey, what a great run. And don't get me wrong, it absolutely is a great run. But the reason for that run are the holes that open up so nicely.
Looks like a timeout has been called, and Bennett's ahead 8-7. We've got 3:48 left in the first quarter, so we'll be right back after some words from our sponsors.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
You're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
And we're about to resume action here between the McDowell Trojans and the Bennett Tigers right here on WNY Athletics. Bennett threatening to score again. They are ahead 8-7, and it's been a battle of two offenses here so far in the first quarter. And Bennett, they've been using the old 1960s, old rock pile Bills version of using the run to set up the pass. And it's been working. They got a touchdown their very first drive, and they're knocking on the door for touchdown number 2 just in the first quarter alone, as they're going to go into a triple I formation. And we got a false start. This one's going to go back 5 yards. So false start, it will be 1st and 15. And with that, McDowell's going to get a few defensive substitutions. Let's see with it being 1st and 15 what Bennett chooses to do.
You know, in Western New York, I talk a lot about how schools get their youth involved, right? How do you get the Little Loop involved? How do you get everybody involved to make sure that program gets bigger and bigger and bigger? So you build this. This is how you do it right here. You got to see right now, and we'll hopefully get a chance to get some of these cheerleaders to show you what's going on.
Looks like McDowell's showing the blitz. It's going to be a handoff and looking for some space, but tackle for a loss of yardage right there. That's going to be Jaden Lewis. Santiago, one of the guys there on the tackle, and I also saw Troy Peterson was in that defensive scrum as well. So a loss of yardage is going to make it a 2nd down and a near mile for Bennett.
So to finish what I was saying is the cheerleaders is they have probably about 30 cheerleaders on their squad right here, and they probably have got about 50 youth cheerleaders here that are all doing the line and doing the cartwheels and the spins all out there and getting them involved. It is just truly a town experience that you really want to see happen when we're talking about Western New York, and that's a great, I think we just saw a shot of it. Great job there by our producer as well as our cameraman right there. So Jeremy and Alex, both thank you for that. But you can just see as it really is an atmosphere, and the crowd is. I'm looking right here.
I'm digging it.
I don't see an empty spot.
No, it got packed even before an hour before kickoff.
I mean, we were outside and it was packed, and it looks like we got another penalty here against Bennett, and we're going backwards here, the wrong way for Bennett.
Might as well put the dump truck in reverse. Beep, beep, beep. Starting to fall off the rails a little bit here on this drive. Those 2 penalties plus the loss of 4 on that run. This making a 2nd down and 24. And they're going to, an under center again is going to be Davis. I wouldn't be shocked if this is a play at, no, it's going to be a give on a counter. It goes over to half-cock, and he'll get it to about the 28-yard line. So able to trim it down a little bit yards-wise. This will definitely be 4-down territory, though, for Bennett.
Yeah, as we know, they're not going to kick the field goal, so they are absolutely going to go for this. So you would think we're going to have to see something by the air here.
Got to. It's 3rd down, and we'll wait for the spot. It's at the 28-yard line, so it's a 4-yard gain on the run by Halfcock, and shotgun formation, 4 wides, 2 on each side, 2 slot receivers.
By the way, great tackle there by Peterson on that last one, too. Great job of getting up there and stopping some big
high
play.
Snap, but he makes the catch, and he's going to get sacked. And Santiago, ball's loose, and it's recovered by McDowell. I thought that the quarterback was down on contact there. Again, it was Davis trying to find a receiver, and it looks like that Bennett recovered it 4th down.
Did. So Christian Lungers, who's looks like number 11, is who we've got right now as number 11. That was a great play that he comes in there and makes right there. And then you can see, as it looked like, I agree with you, that McDowell had the ball. Then you saw Perry come into the mix and be able to actually get the ball back. Great job by Perry to go out there and make sure the ball stayed with Bennett.
And that actually gained them 2 yards. So it's a 4th and 18 at the 26. They got to get to at least the 8-yard line. McDowell's showing the blitz. High snap. Lewis recovers, looking, throws in the middle of the field, and it's broken up. Almost intercepted there by Matt Erb. Even so, it's a turnover on downs and a big stop there by McDowell.
That is, and again, like you said, it was a long way. So, I mean, to them, even if they threw it and it was interception and they couldn't get a return, it wasn't going to be a bad play there for Bennett.
It would have been a loss of about 10 yards.
But what it does is give McDowell right now that momentum that they're looking for, right? Any play to be able to happen defensively or any play that's positive for your end, that's big, and that's exactly what you're going to see McDowell try to take advantage of right here.
And a shotgun formation once again here for McDowell. It's Moore still in at quarterback. They do a 2 QB system. Man in motion, he'll look to throw. And it's going to be a pass in the flat, incomplete. That was intended for Simmons, and Simmons is a two-way back. He did also have 6 catches last week for 42 yards, so more than 300 scrimmage yards along with his rushing. Some offensive substitutions coming in for McDowell. Once again, score 8-7 with roughly 90 seconds left in the first quarter.
Looks like Coach Steve McDuffie not happy with a call out there in the field. He's got an ear in the refs right now. He's not happy about something.
Well, again, it's going to be a 4-wide set, 2 slot receivers, and Simmons is the single back. 2nd down and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Here's a man in motion. It's going to be a handoff once again to Simmons, and met right away on the defensive line. And the main guy to stop him there was number 50, Xavier Goodman. Or, I beg your pardon, Delshawn Taylor.
Yeah, right up the middle. See the 54 up the center right there? That's who comes up big as he gets through right up the gut, right up the A-gap right there. Does a great job of making that stop. Now you're almost, again, doing the same thing McDowell did to you, right? Tried to make them go to the air.
Moore takes a snap. It's low. It's bounced around, and he goes down. And you fall down with the ball, you're down where you're at. It doesn't matter. So it's going to be 4th down, and I got to tip my hat to Bennett's defense. They didn't let that turnover on downs get to them, and they forced a 3-and-out.
Yeah, and again, and you should get halfway decent field position too, if you think so, right?
Yeah.
You're going to talk about, look, he's standing out there at his, 4-yard line? So even if he, kicks it down to the 40 there, it still should be decent field position for Bennett.
Yeah, Thomas and Howard are the 2 deep men, and it's going to be Sontheimer, so he'll be punting. He punts and kicks. Quick shift for protection. Here comes the snap, and here's the punt, and it's a knuckleball past midfield. Takes a high bounce, and it rolls to the 35 to the 30, and that's a big McDowell bounce. And when he was practicing those punts, he had that high hang time and those big bounces, so a nice punt there by Sontheimer, and you always need a little bit of that bounce to the ounce for the boost.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
That is a boot right there. I mean, that has to be what?
Close to 50 yards?
No, it's got to be longer than that. He punted from his 4-yard line.
46.
And it's down on the 20.
70 yards.
Yeah. I mean, that's a punt right there.
So 1st and 10 for Bennett at their own 26 with 6 seconds left in the first quarter. Bennett ahead 8-7, and they do get an offensive reprieve, so they have a chance to extend their lead to at least 7 points pending they score and get the 2.
Yeah, and what do you expect? I mean, I think you'll see a run play right here, run the rest of the clock out, be able to talk and start things off for this second quarter would be my expectations.
Shotgun, and it's going to be a give on a draw, but read immediately. It was a high snap as well, and it was Angel Ruiz on the tackle, and Vasoski got an assist on it. And from looking at that, that's going to conclude the first quarter with Bennett up 8-7. This matchup between them and McDowell's 1 quarter rolled. Stick around for more action right here on WNY Athletics.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
You insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
And we're about to momentarily start the second quarter between the McDowell Trojans and the Bennett Tigers right here on NFHS. First drive each, the offenses were pouring it on, but now at the end of the first, the defenses have been starting to pick it up a little bit as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, and we said, what normally happens, right?
Yeah.
Offenses usually get off to that quicker start, right? And the defense start making their adjustments. We see that a lot in many games, especially in high school sports, especially in high school football, right? So now we're just seeing both teams making their adjustments right now.
Davis in the shotgun again. And here's a snap. He'll throw. Middle of the field, broken up. Pass was intended for Thomas. It was broken up by Troy Peterson.
I'm going to tell you, Troy Peterson is all over the field. I mean, he's making a play everywhere today. I mean, if it's not him blocking, right, he's tackling something, making the tackle for a loss. He's been all over the field.
As long as you're being productive, the coach will be happy.
Oh, well, no, listen, your teammates, your coach, I don't care who it is, they're going to be happy, right?
So 3rd down and 14 here for Bennett. That draw was a 4-yard loss, so snap, looking to throw. He's going downfield. He's got a man, but, oh, he caught it! And down the sideline, and that is Thomas, and he's gone. Goodbye. Good day to you, sir. Touchdown, Bennett. They extend their lead back up to 7. 14-7, and we'll have the 2-pointer on the way.
Okay, did you see when the ball went in the air, him kick into another gear? He actually kicked into another gear the minute the ball went up in the air. I couldn't believe it. It was like, went from 3rd gear to 4th gear and then took off. Unbelievable the speed we just saw here. Runs that ball down, and then forget it, nobody was going to catch him.
He turned on the turbo, and give him credit, though, for adjusting to that ball. And that turned into looked like a 76-yard touchdown pass, and we will see the 2-point conversion. Bennett succeeds on this one. This is a 2-possession game, which could be very crucial.
Boy, Coach McDuffie, for those of you that got a chance to watch that pregame interview, I'm going to tell you, has he nailed it? We're going to pass the ball and run the ball. We're going to get better with the pass. 2 touchdowns today, both by the air.
Shamir Lamb, the single back. It's the give to him, and this time they got him. And the main guy to stop him on the 2-point conversion was Jack Schroka, number 72. So 2-point conversion, no good. 7-point game, 14-7. And McDowell will look for an offensive response.
I mean, wow, just unbelievable. I still can't believe that. It is tough to see when you see guys that have got that much speed and then kick it into another gear. Like, you don't know how hard that is to do to find that gear again. Unbelievable what we just saw there, folks. What a great run. I'm going to tell you, when I first heard the interview with Coach McDuffie, and obviously I was the one who did it, so I heard him say it right to me the moment. And he was like, listen, we're going to pass the ball just as well. We're going to pass the ball. He kept saying it, pass the ball. And I go, man, you got a line and you got running. You're going to pass the ball as much. And look you're now seeing a team right here that is challenging them up at the lines and doing a fantastic job of mixing the pass and the run.
So again, it'll be Jackson in blue, the deep man on the return. So looks like we got a score update.
Yeah, it looks like we got a score update, Western New York, as Lancaster is taking on Jamestown.
Oh.
Lancaster with a 10-0 lead over Jamestown.
And Jamestown's one of the strongest teams in Western New York.
Well, listen, so is Lancaster.
They are, yes, they are.
You know what I mean?
Yes, they are. Yes,
and remember, Jamestown is an A team taking on the AA team of Lancaster, so they're coming up to playing in that conference. But a great quarterback right there is there's a Division I quarterback talking about at Jamestown, folks.
So Simmons catches the kickoff, trying to swing it to the middle, and gets it to about the 43-yard line, and it was Jazeer Fluker on the stop, but McDowell with good field position, and there's an opportunity for them to rebound offensively and get some more points.
Oh, it's the same thing that they started out with, right?
Very true.
They started out the same way down and they answered. So what's your answer now? And do you expect that we're not going to see an answer right here? Because both teams are very potent with their offense, and we no doubt are going to see some good. And look at already how many wide receiver sets we got out right here.
And it's going to be, this is something McDowell does. This is a different quarterback. It is, from what I'm seeing here, it's Christian Luger. And he's usually the guy that scrambles, but we got an empty backfield. But now Simmons in motion for the single back. It's a direct snap right to him. He'll swing across to the left, breaks one tackle, gets to the 45. One of the main guys to stop him for Bennett was Damari Clemens, who's a freshman on the Bennett varsity team. So it's going to be second down, and it was still a decent run, though, by Simmons.
And that's what we've seen a lot today by both teams, that 4-5 run, right? Think about it. You keep getting 4 or 5 yards every single time. It's a first down, right? Eventually in that set of downs.
Piece by piece.
So you just keep piecing it, and you do that behind a good offensive line.
So Ben Moore's back at quarterback. Again, this is something McDowell does. It's a fake handoff. He'll look to throw. It's going to be a screen to Simmons. Breaks a tackle in the midfield, but gets to only about the 48-yard line. It was Delshawn Taylor that made the stop.
Nice setup right there. That was a real good screen that was set up right there.
So it looks like it's going to be third down and a yard. So a 5-yard gain on the halfback screen pass. So third down and 1 yard. McDowell looking like there's a little confusion going on, unless trying to hear the play fully is Moore.
Listen, it's loud out there, folks.
Yes, it is.
I mean, between the band, the cheerleaders, right? I mean, it is loud out there. We're inside a booth, right? And I'm going to tell you, folks. But listen, we're inside the booth, and it's hot in here. But we can tell you from all the things that we're hearing out there. You know, we've got headsets on. We're still hearing through the headsets, clear as day.
So Moore keeping it after faking it to Simmons. He got more than enough for the first down. So they set up the trips to the left side and one receiver, but faked the handoff. Moore kept it himself. It was third down in the yard. He got more than enough for the first.
No, it was first down.
Oh,
that was first down. This is second.
Okay,
second
my apologies.
Down. So it's second, and it looks like 6 is what it is.
Okay, so 4-yard run. Yeah, I didn't catch the update on the marker. So that is my bad. So second down, 6 for McDowell, and it's going to be same thing as last play. Trips to the left, one to the right, give to Simmons. Simmons slithers away from one tackle, gets to the 35-yard line, and stopped around the 33-32 it looked like, but again, a helmet popped off on the play. But Simmons, though, good chunk yardage, and from my view, it looked like he got enough for a first. If not, he got close.
Yeah, they marked it for a first down. They have marked it, and you can see the chains moving now as we speak. He thought he didn't get down. He took off after the play. He didn't think he was down right there.
Even so, he got the first down, so that's what matters.
I can tell you, folks, it's warm, and you can see a lot of players holding their hands on their hips. It's warm out there, and they're definitely going to have a chance to be able to, as you see a lot of guys subbing.
Oh, well, here comes a screen pass. It's going to be complete and slithering from one tackle. That's Jackson, and he gets it to the 25, around the 23. It almost looked like somebody jumped early, but no whistle was blown, and the pass will stand. It was complete to Ray Jackson, number 2.
And on the tackle there was number 9, Noah McDuffie. On the tackle, the 10th grader right there.
Yeah, from looking at the roster, Bennett's got a lot of young players. They only have, from what I see, 8-9 seniors out of 33 players, so that's not a huge chunk, and that could also be beneficial. A lot of your players coming back next season, though it's still the first game of the year. But here's Simmons to the 10, breaks one tackle, gets around the 6-yard line, so Simmons turning on the turbo. We got a late flag. I wonder if this is going to be an unsportsmanlike.
Another flag. Another flag out here on the field. So one's going against Coach McDuffie. He was angry on that one.
So it's got to be unsportsmanlike conduct, I would say, if that's the case.
He's still angry. Look, he is upset.
We'll just have to wait and see what it is. And from the flag on the backside, The way it's looking, it could be a penalty on each team, or they both saw at the same time and there's one threw the flag quicker.
So one happened right at the play, right?
Okay.
And then obviously the one that's back here, that's sitting at the 30-yard line right now, that's the one that they threw because Coach McDuffie got upset.
And coaches are not allowed to be on the field during play. You're on the field, it's grounds for a penalty.
So we're really going to have to see. They're talking to the coach right now. And you can see he definitely is upset.
Looks like we got an update on the Jamestown-Lancaster game.
So it looks like Jamestown has put points up on the board, right?
10-7.
So 10-7 right now with Jamestown right now behind Lancaster. Lancaster with that lead. And by the way, we didn't say this, but the quarterback at Jamestown, for those of you in McDowell don't know, is off to North Dakota State.
Yes,
as he will be a Division I quarterback that got recruited. So that is big right now as he gets points up on the board for Jamestown.
Yeah, and that's the alma mater of two former first-round picks, Carson Wentz, who was number 2 overall, and a couple years ago, Trey Lance, who was 3rd. So a couple big names that have gone to that school, so it is a strong football program. But right now we're going to see what these penalties are all about.
Yeah.
The referees have been having a conference for a solid 3-4 minutes.
Well, they were talking to Coach McDuffie first.
Yes, they were.
So now you can see them. Look, all 3 of them are pointing at the spot right now. So now they're pointing to the spot and say this is what, they're talking about the play where the original penalty was thrown. You can see there's another flag sitting down at the 13-yard line is where that flag is sitting.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's the second flag. That's the flag on the play right there that's going to get called. So now let's see what it is.
Okay, looks like the referees are ready, and let's see what this is. Personal foul on McDowell and unsportsmanlike conduct on Bennett. And when there's penalties on both teams, they usually offset.
So that's what Coach McDuffie was upset about, right? Right there was that personal foul penalty. That's what he got him upset, and the reason why he started getting really upset on that sidelines. Because for him to get that upset, I think he feels, because we've already seen him. Remember I told you he was in the year of the refs earlier, which means he's been seeing something happen even before that to get to this point that made him lose it like he did out there.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful because if he gets another one, he's ejected.
But I thought, listen, he made his point. He had to make his point, and he did exactly what he had to do to make his point. And I also thought the coach is there to help him to make sure they got him out of harm's way, and it's exactly where we stand right now. So you're absolutely right. So it looks like the play stood, though.
Wow.
So they're saying all this happened after the play.
How is there usually sometimes it'll be marked at the spot, but looks like this will be an advantage for McDowell.
Right? I mean, they're saying this both happened at the end of the play is what it was.
Wow.
And both teams are setting up ready to go, and none of the refs are out here. So that's what I think now Coach McDuffie and the Bennett staff is talking about over there. They're saying is, whoa, wait a second. Why did the play even count? There should have been no play and gone back to the line of scrimmage because it negated the play, but that's not what going to... So now you see the ref talking to the players.
And McDuffie's getting... He was starting to go near the field again, but looks like play's going to resume shotgun formation. It's a fake handoff, and it's going to be a run by Moore. Breaks up one to the 5, and he gets it to about the 3-yard line. So good job on the fake sweep to Simmons and keeping it himself. So it's going to make it 2nd down and goal at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, great job. As you saw him, did a really good job of disguising the ball right there and then being able to take it around right to the outside. We've seen either team, if they can get to the outside, they make big things happen with both teams' speed right here.
So 2nd and goal at the 3. I think they're going to waste no time and get this one over to Simmons. And it's going to be a give. And he's going to get stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a couple yards. One of the guys to slow him down was Damari Clemens.
Yeah, he was the first one in on the play. Great job. And that's a big stop right there. I mean, this is a long third down right now, which gets people to start thinking, right, do I have to throw the ball versus a run? It gets you to think different things as far as strategy to be able to get in that end zone. The hardest place to score inside that red zone.
Oh, yeah, and McDowell, they're known to throw it just as well as run it. Even though they had over 400 rush yards, they still made their starting quarterback, Ben Moore. He threw for 228 yards in their victory last week over Wells Jesuits. So they do throw it, but a timeout's been called. So we'll take a quick break ourselves, but stick around for more action between McDowell and Bennett right here on WNY Athletics.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we're about to resume the action here as it's going to be a third down and goal to go for the McDowell Trojans. And from seeing on the board, they can get a first down without getting a touchdown. They would have to get it to the 1 yard line. So it's third down and 6. So shotgun formation again is Moore. Simmons a single back. Let's see if they try to throw it here. And Jackson in motion. It's going to be a give on the counter and very minimal yardage is Simmons, and it's going to be fourth down. So this, and it looks like they're going to go for the field goal here and make it 14-10.
Number 13, Darrell Hamilton from the backside right there. Great tackle as you saw him get the ankles right there, make that tackle. That's a big stop right here. And to be honest with you, a big stop in the red zone right here, especially after everything we saw transpire. Boy, this you got to say is a positive for Bennett.
24-yard field goal on the left hash, and the kick is good. So points on the board for McDowell. They cut their deficit to 4, score 14-10, and Bennett, they have an opportunity to make this a double-digit ball game.
Folks, there's 6:18 left in the half. If you think that's all there is going to be in scoring, you're nuts.
You got another thing coming.
There really is going to be a lot more scoring in this game. We knew, we didn't know what was going to play out in this, right? So first we said was this going to be a shootout type game because both offenses were so powerful and so potent out there? Or were we going to see this trench warfare where we really saw a lot of stops? So what we've seen really is, yes, the trenches have done well, but it's been both offensive line trenches is where we've seen. And that's where they're really winning the war right there. And you're seeing them just open up. The way you're seeing some of these holes has been tremendous by both lines. Not one way, both lines have done it.
So Sontheimer set to kick it off, and Bennett, they got 3 guys deep for the return. It's Roseboro, Thomas, and Howard. Almost a 3-man wedge setting up for a return, but they've had some trouble handling the kickoffs. There's been a bobble, and there's also one where 2 returners nearly ran into each other. Let's see if they can get a clean handle and get a decent return on this one. Bennett's got the speedsters to do it. Thomas had that 70-plus yard touchdown catch.
Both teams have the speeds to do this, right?
Well, I mean with Bennett being out there right now receiving it.
And I agree. But is whoever goes back there for either team, something special can happen.
Well, here comes the kick, and it's going to be a squibber, and inside the 20, and it's going to get fielded 25 to the 30, trying to shimmy around, knocked out of bounds at around the 35-yard line. From my view, it looked like it was Roseboro, but near that far sideline, sometimes it can be a little tricky to tell.
No, that's who it was. Did a great job. If you saw one move to be able to get past some defenders to turn that into a positive run right there. That's tough along the sideline, really there. Does a great job where he makes a move and be able to get some positive yards to give Bennett at least a nice starting spot right there. Those are the toughest, those little squib kicks. And obviously what McDowell's trying to do is to keep the ball out of the hands of the speed that's back there. And you can see how much speed because it's 3 different guys that can easily take it back to the house.
Yeah, and the good thing also is with squibbers, past 10 yards, that thing's live. So shotgun again, set in motion is Lewis, and it's going to be a give to him on a sweep, crossing the 40 and escorted out of bounds. So another carry by Jaden Lewis. Looked like it was a gain of about 6 yards.
And again, what did you see them trying to do? Try to get Lewis to the outside, right? Go to the outside, get something happen because he's got the speed to be able to break something away, as we already saw to start this game off when we saw him run for, 35 yards that we saw him take off for.
Yeah. Shotgun formation, 4 wides, 2 slots. Lewis set in motion. High snap, and it's going to be a give on the draw. And, oh, what a hit there. And that hit was by number 3 for McDowell. That was Bobby Blue. He may be 5'8", 160, but he hit that guy like he was a big linebacker.
You know, and at the same time, I want to give the quarterback there a little. Did you see that snap?
Yeah, he's had a few of those.
He had to go up and get that snap because it wasn't one that took off behind him and been a negative play. He actually makes sure that doesn't turn into something that could have been much worse.
He's had 3-4 snaps like that, and he's done very well handling them. He's been like Ray Guy with those bad snaps. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 5 yards to go at the 39-yard line. And I would have presumed this would not be 4-down territory. You don't want to give them great field. And here comes a give on the counter. Crossing near midfield and getting past it. This is Noah McDuffie, and he'll be escorted out of bounds. More than enough for the 1st down. Chain gang, move those chains once again.
McDuffie does a great job. You saw the hole open up right there, right? As he gets to go through the hole, then break it to the outside, get those extra yards that he's looking for.
So 1st down and 10 for Bennett. Little more than 5 minutes left in the half. They're ahead 14-10. Good news is for McDowell, they will get the ball to start the second half. So they can get a stop, get a score, get the lead. But they got to stop Bennett here. It's 1st down and 10. They are at McDowell's 46-yard line. 3 wides under center, once again, is Davis. And it's going to be a handoff over to Land, and very minimal yardage. And again on the tackle, that was number 3, Bobby Blue.
Yeah, great job. As you can see, tackle right at the legs there. Does a great job of making sure that he can't break to the outside, because if he does break that tackle, guess what's next? A break right out to the sideline, and something big happens.
So just a 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8. 4:43 left and counting in the half. So ball at the 44-yard line as, again, Davis will be under center. 3 wides, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Timeout, though, has been called. Timeout called by Bennett. We'll take a quick break ourselves. Score 14-10. Stick around for more action between Bennett and McDowell on WNY Athletics.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
And we're about to resume action here between the Bennett Tigers and the McDowell Trojans right here on WNY Athletics. Score 14-10 in favor of Bennett. They are in Trojan territory, and they're hungry for some more points. They want to hit the 20 spot before halftime. And here comes a throw in the flats. It's going to be complete to Thomas. Thomas had that long touchdown catch that extended their lead to 14-7 earlier in the game. But, Tom, I think I'm seeing you got an update.
a couple updates. Frewsburg up over Cattaraugus Little Valley 14-0 after the first. Iroquois is up 17-0 with 8:38 left in the second over Southwestern. Orchard Park up 7-6. An extra point was blocked. For those of you in Western New York, no, I'm down here. My son, though, is playing back at Clarence. He blocks the extra point from what I'm told. The big man does it.
And he was the man of the week catching that punt during a practice. But here comes a run and stopped right away. It was 3rd down and a yard, but it looked like he got maybe 2. 2's better than 1, and it would be enough for a 1st down.
Western New York, and that just shows, I mean, I want you to understand how much this whole Western New York athletics has meant to Frank Wolf, to myself, to Francis Beck, to Norm, to Jeremy that's here today. I'm missing right now my son because I feel it's so important that Western New York really gets what they deserve and for this game, which is why I'm here down here. But it just shows, I'm telling you folks, I said early on, I thought this was going to be one of the most prepared years we've seen throughout Western New York, and we're seeing it play out.
And I do think he would understand. Here's a hand of a stop right behind the line. And the main man to get there for McDowell, it was Joey Orlando. Broke through a gap and stopped the run. That was a loss of yardage right there. Looked like it lost about 2-3 yards.
So it looks like right now we got another score coming from the Clarence Orchard Park. Orchard Park now scores again. They're up 15-6. They went for 2. Got it. They're up 15-6 with 5 seconds left in the second.
So it was a 1-yard loss in that run. Under 3 minutes left in the half. 7 seconds left on the game clock. And it's going to be a fake handoff. Looking to throw. Davis roams around the pocket. Here comes the pressure. Throws a lollipop. Flutter duck, quack, quack. Out of bounds. Incomplete. And this is going to be a big third down here. And from the spot of the ball, this could possibly be 4-down territory for the Tigers.
Oh, this is 100% 4th-down territory.
You would know better than I would.
Because they're not. They don't want to kick. We've already seen it.
I don't
If they
blame
had
them.
a kicker out there, right, we would see them do even more things. They're going to go for this if they don't make it, because they look at it as even an interception down here deep
They're
is
pinned.
just like a punt right there. So they're going to go for it depending on where it is or what play happens here.
3rd and 11 at the 37-yard line. It's going to be trips to the right, one receiver to the left. Shotgun formation again for Davis. He'll roll over to the right, looking, throws to the sideline, incomplete. And there was no way he would have been able to stay in bounds. He wouldn't have been able to catch that with a 39.5-foot pole. 4th down and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you saw 2 guys that were over there too and was waiting to see which guy he wanted, and obviously went more towards the sideline. Jaden Lewis was the other one that was over there. You could even see him kind of look to the sideline. I think he wanted to see if he get a chance to make a great play over there. Jaden Lewis is the type of player that is going to say is, just put the ball near me, I'll take care of the rest, right?
Right.
That's what a great receiver does, and I think that's what Jaden Lewis wanted to see happen.
But a good job by him, though, to extend the play and not cave into a sack. 4th and 11 at the 37-yard line of McDowell. Shotgun again. Davis takes a snap, stays in the pocket, throws. Incomplete! And that got broken up by guess who? Troy Peterson. Turnover on downs. 1st down for the Trojans. There were 2:29 left in the half and 2 timeouts left. They have a chance to take the lead going into halftime.
Like we said, the scoring is far from over in this one. I mean, just what a great game so far, 14-10, and you just feel like, I'm going to go what you said earlier in this game. Could this be one of those games where it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last may win this thing?
It's looking like it so far, but we still got another half to play, too.
I know, but I'm so excited. This has been, listen, everyone knows how excited I get. And, I know your McDowell fans don't know the excitement, but I get excited, and I love calling Western New York high school football games.
Fake handoff over to Simmons. Juggled it. Oh, almost intercepted there by Xavier Goodman. He had 2-3 chances for it. Turned an interception into a volleyball spike, but that was right to him.
But Hamilton is what made that happen. Hamilton gets pressure on the quarterback where he doesn't have a choice. He's got to get rid of that ball quickly. And then, as you said right there, Goodman almost makes that interception. And right now is going to probably get the ribbon from his teammates. I didn't catch that one because he knows he wanted that one more than anything, as it was right in his hands.
Some players, though, when they drop one, they'll get down and do 5 quick push-ups and get back in the play. Throw in the flats, incomplete. That was too high. And that was intended for Nick DeSanto. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. If Bennett can force another 3 and out, that will be not only redemption for Goodman on that bobbled ball, because you don't want to give another team that's a powerhouse a reprieve.
Well, not only that, you force a 3 and out, there's still time left on the clock that you could possibly still do something offensively to try to put some points up on the board.
The catches, though, they only got 1 timeout left, too, as well. So 3rd down and 10, or 4 wides, 2 each side. Back to throw is Miller. Going deep to the center of the field. Broken up. And a good play there by Lewis to break up the pass. It's going to be 3 and out, 4th down to 37. And we've already seen a 70-plus yard punt by Alex Sontheimer. I'm anticipating another long boot here. He has got a cannon for a leg.
He really does. But what a great job there by Jaden Lewis. We talked about it, 12 interceptions last season. Almost comes up with a big one. And I think he just had his body turned the opposite way. Otherwise, he had an opportunity to possibly make an interception right there.
Here's a snap. Here comes the punt. Rugby style. It's a knuckleballer. And it's another good bounce. Inside the 20. Goes out of bounds at around the 18-yard line. So another beautiful punt there by McDowell and pinning Bennett inside their own 20.
So, like we said, we got 2 minutes, 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? More than enough time
yeah.
here. Right? More than enough. And especially because in high school football, you get a quick stop of the time every time there's a first down.
Yes, there is.
Right? So when they got to move the change, the clock does stop, which gives you the opportunity to still get up and get set. So there is more than enough time out here, with that one timeout that you talked about, to still try to put points up on the board. But McDowell wants to go in and say, hey, let's make this stop right here. We go down by 4. We've already proved in game 1 we were down, and we easily still can come back and win a ball game.
Yeah, and 4 points is nowhere near insurmountable. So it's going to be a 1st and 10, and the ball was indeed spotted at the 20. So that's going to be, net-wise, a 43-yard punt. So here's the snap. And it's going to be another handoff and into a scrum of defenders crossing the 20 to about the 23-yard line. And yes, indeed it was. It was Kareem Hathcock on the carry. So less than 2 minutes left in the half. It'll be 2nd down and about 7.
You can just see that clock just keep ticking right there.
If they want to score, they're going to need to pick the pace up a little bit. I'm sure they want a 2-possession lead going into halftime, knowing that the Trojans are going to get the ball to start the second half.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I think they'd like it, but they also don't want to give
turnover.
the ball back at the same time.
That's understandable, but here comes the give on the counter. It's over to Thomas, and Thomas will get it past the 25 around the 27-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 3-4 tops. So McDowell can get a stop. I'm thinking if they can get a stop here, they'll use one of the timeouts to stop that clock.
And Peterson with another big tackle right there for McDowell.
And we're about to hit the 60-second mark left in the half. Score still 14-10 in favor of the Bennett Tigers. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 yards to go at the 27-yard line. Let's see what they do here. I'm anticipating it'll be another run or that play-action fake that Davis used to burn McDowell into a touchdown pass. And it's going to be another handoff. It's stopped right at the line. Let's see if McDowell uses one of those timeouts, and they will. So they do use a timeout with 37 seconds left.
On the tackle there, first one in there was number 52. Andrew Ruiz does a great job of getting that tackle. He gets in there and does a great job of now making 4th down. And you can see here, great timeout that's called here because
yes, it is.
Because they want to see you try to kick it now and see if I can do something with 37 seconds and still try to put some points on the board. Because remember, we already seen I got a kicker, and I could come down there and try to make this a 14-13 game.
Yeah, and I was watching him a little bit during warm-ups. He was making field goals from 45 yards.
So there you go. So think about it. Now, this is really important. Now, we already know Jaden Lewis will be the punter right here. So
yes.
He's just got to make sure he really gets a good punt off right here, because anything to give them field position, McDowell can still do something with it with time left.
If he can get it at least 30, 35 yards, I think he would be okay. 2 deep men on the return. Lewis will punt. A bit of a wild snap. Oh, this is a high popper. And it is a shake and a half, and it's going to bounce backwards. And it gets down at around the 29, so about a grand total of a 2-yard punt. That was just a pop fly that a center fielder could have caught. Wow.
So, I mean, that's what we said, is force them to do something is exactly what they're doing here. Still 27 seconds left. You talked about 45-yard field goal, right? He's just about in range that he could go right now to be able to go and try to put points up on the board.
And from looking at the board, it was a 0-yard punt.
Yeah.
No yardage on it, so if they wanted to kick it right now, it'd be 45 yards. But If they can get about 10, 15, make it shorter.
Oh, I'm sure they don't want to. They don't want to go out there with a 45. But at least they've got the guy to not worry about that, right? They're going to take this clock down. They're going to do everything to try to get it in the end zone. But they know they got a guy to still put points up on the board.
Moore takes a snap. He'll roll over to the right, looking. Lobs one over to the end zone. Incomplete. A trio of Bennett defenders there. And the guy that was trying to defend it was Clemens, but he ran into a couple of his own men. And if they're not into each other, he reels that ball in easily.
Yeah, it was Clemens and Lewis is who it was right there. The two guys actually, and it looks like we got a guy down right now.
Yes, we do. And with that, we'll take a quick break. And we've got 20 seconds left in the half. Score still 14-10. Stick around for more of this matchup on WNY Athletic.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
And we're about to resume action here between Bennett and McDowell on WNY Athletics. There is a quick score update. Jamestown and Lancaster, they hit halftime. Lancaster's nursing a 10-7 lead, so Jamestown, they're hanging tough with the Lancaster Legends.
Oh, Eden up 13-6 over Tonawanda in another matchup right there.
So it's going to be McDowell second down 10 at the 27-yard line of Bennett. Again, a 0-yard punt that was executed by Jaden Lewis, and a golden opportunity here for the Trojans to get at least 3, but I'm sure they're hungry for 7. They're in an empty backfield, 5 wides, trips to the right. It's going to be a screen pass in the flats, and it's dropped. Incomplete, intended for Jackson. I think he heard the footsteps of the defense coming. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. With the foot of Sontheimer, the number one goal you want to try and do also, besides getting some yardage, center the ball the best you can. Centering will make it a lot easier for the kick, but it's going to be 3rd down and 10 to the 27. 16-8, 16.8 seconds left in the half. 4 wide set, and here comes a snap. Moore looking to throw, and he gets sacked at around the 32-yard line. So a big stop there by Bennett, and it looks like the clock is just going to stop, or keep going, excuse me.
Hamilton again, right? Hamilton's he's been all over the place defensively, but Hamilton having a day for Bennett.
And that was a 4-yard loss on the sack from what I see. It's going to be 4th and 14, and I'm thinking they're either going to try the 49-yarder or just throw up a Hail Mary, because it's going to be the last play of the half. So if it gets picked off in the end zone and you stop them, the score stays the same. Nothing changes.
Unless, look at where they are. I mean, unless you want to send your kicker out and give it a shot. You said you saw him kicking that far.
I mean, kicking 45, yeah.
Do you go out there and give it a shot? Yeah, I think they're going to give it a shot.
Yeah, there he is, Sontheimer. Again, he's got that cannon for a leg.
Why not?
It's worth a shot. Cut your deficit to 1. You get the ball to start the second half.
To me, you've already seen. You got Lewis out there, right? We've already seen some big players out there stop defensively the pass. I want to put points up on the board. I like this call by McDowell.
I like it too. It's going to be Blaze Myers holding. It's going to be a 49-yard field goal on the left hash. He did make a 26-yarder earlier in the quarter. He's got the leg for it. Let's see if he can boot this baby. Snap, put down, kick on the way. It's got a chance. It is. It's good. It's good. It hit the bottom crossbar and it went in. Shades of Justin Tucker right there. Cuts it to 1, 14-13 at the half. Bennett is ahead. McDowell will get the ball to start the second half. Fans, we have hit halftime, but we'll be right back for more action right here on WNY Athletics.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
I love being home. Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
They're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
Being home. Life can be full of surprises, but not always the good kind. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care, and we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we've hit halftime, and what an entertaining and exciting way to end the first half. A 48-49-yard field goal by Softmeyer, a doink off the bottom post, and it goes in. A manna from heaven came to lift that through. 14-13, Bennett is ahead. McDowell gets the ball to start the second half, and I'm anticipating just as interesting of a second half, Tom.
I mean, this has been everything we've asked for, right? A top team, I want to say, right now ranked 20th in Pennsylvania, right, is McDowell. They're that good. You're talking about right here, to me, easily the #1 or 2 ranked team in New York State, period.
Yes.
Right, in the AA in Bennett. This team is for real. What I like is, before they're talking, and I've said this a couple times on the show, interviewing Coach McDuffie said you're going to see some changes. Right? And those changes were by the air, and guess what? Those points that he's put up on the board were through the air. That's how those points came. But I also felt great job running the ball because the run led to those passes is what it did.
Yes, it did, and one of them was a 76-yard touchdown pass, and that was over to Thomas. And Thomas has been running and catching the ball with efficiency, and that's one of the reasons why Bennett's got the lead, but we still got 24 more minutes to play as well.
Yeah, no doubt. And what you're going to see now is what changes go inside right now at halftime that come about by both teams. That's going to be the key right here. Who makes those changes? Because you're going to need to see is both teams now, defenses have now stepped up.
Yes, they have.
We've seen some big stops along the way because we said offenses came out quick, defenses made their adjustment, and again, all in the trenches, and you can see it really is a battle in there, and you've seen some players all over the place step up, and it's been the lines that we can see stepping up for both teams.
Oh, yeah, and We saw some sacks pick up in the second quarter, some close interceptions by Bennett on the last drive by McDowell before the half. But one of the guys that's been big for McDowell all over the field defensively, Troy Peterson, breaking up passes left, right, in the middle of the field. He has just been a wildcat on the prowl.
And not only that, not only breaking up passes, but he's got tackles too.
Yes, he does.
Right, so he's adding tackles all over the place. No doubt he's been big for them so far. And then I want to flip it to Bennett. So I got a chance to actually do interviews for Bennett with Rashad Perry and Jalen Lewis the same time I interviewed Coach McDuffie. And Rashad Perry said, I'm great, but I'm also great because of the people that are around me and got me that help. And guess what? That help has been loud and clear today.
Yes, it has.
As we've obviously seen, Darrell Hamilton, to me, is having a game number 13.
Oh, yes, he is.
Right? And we've also seen that Fluker has been big on defense. Delshawn Taylor has been big on defense. We've seen some guys on that line absolutely having some big games. And we've also seen Bennett doing a very good job of their line as we're seeing subbing come in and out.
Yeah, fresh legs.
It is not only fresh legs, it is very warm out here.
Oh, yeah, it was 83 degrees when we got here to the field about 2 hours before kickoff.
Was it 78, 79 right now? I mean, it's not like it's much cooler. It's a little cooler, but not much.
It's a tropical heat wave.
And we already saw Jalen Lewis go down what looks like to me was cramping. Right,
yeah.
And you see that a lot in the heat that's out there.
Very
in fact,
true.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more of it, to be honest with you.
Well, thankfully, less is better. That's the case. And also what's helped Bennett, though, they've used a 3 running back set. We've seen handoffs to Hathcock, Thomas, a little bit of Lewis, and they've just been spreading the pot, sharing the wealth, and that's a benefit because you keep the defense you're facing guessing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is going to come down to the changes that are made, right? And really is what team is going to be able to finish this one off. I mean, it's a 1-point game.
Yes, it is. I'm excited for the second half.
So remember, what are going to be some of the keys that we're going to talk about? Big is going to be right now no kicking game for Bennett.
Oh,
right.
Yep,
that will be big in this game because every 2-point conversion is going to have to be made because if not, you're then now got a kicking game on the other side.
Yeah. And again, that was a 48, 49-yard field goal. And again, the kicker was a Sontheimer. It hit the bottom post and it went through. And that cut their deficit to 1. They do get the ball to start the second half. I'm anticipating just as exciting of a second half as it was the first.
Yeah, and no doubt. But so I do think right now, you saw since those 2 touchdowns, you're going to need to see Bennett go to the air again, right?
Yes.
Can they make some of those air plays is going to be the key. We know they can run the ball. They got to keep setting up that run to hopefully give you the opportunity to eventually pass the ball. But what we saw where they've struggled a little bit is when they knew they were going to pass the ball, right? Where it was 100% pass, and that's where McDowell really did a great job defensively. And on the flip side, McDowell really hasn't been able to pass the ball today either because of the defense of Bennett right out there when it came to throw it. So again, both teams are going to have to figure out a way to pass the ball and be effective passing the ball to be able to win this game.
Yeah, and also, with you saying that, I got to give kudos, though, to Antonio Davis, the starting quarterback for Bennett. 4 or 5 different snaps were either low or over his head. He was able to field them cleanly and avoid big losses of yardage, which could have been disastrous for some of their drives.
Yeah, I agree, and that's what a veteran quarterback does for you, right? I mean, I want to say he's now a three-year starter.
He is a senior on the roster, so.
The 3-year starter, what he has for Bennett, and he just shows exactly why he's been a starter for that long, because that was senior things that you do there to save a game, right?
Yeah.
And against a team that you already know is that good right there. So let's take we got the marching band out there right now, so I want to show everybody there in Western New York that the marching band is out there.
Yeah.
You can see in the color guards with them, and we really have just seen such a great atmosphere here in here in Erie, Pennsylvania, as we come down here from Western New York. But it really has been just an unbelievable atmosphere to be a part of. Like I said, I really feel like it's something we see at a lot of colleges out there that we've seen at a high school.
Yeah, and it's always good to see team spirit, whether it be students that are current or the players that don't get a lot of time, but they're like a team cheerleader on the sideline. McDowell does have a cheer squad. Bennett brought theirs too, and also
Bennett brought their mascot. They even brought their mascot.
Yeah, even past alum of both schools. It's always encouraging to see that, and it's a refreshing reminder to always show support for high school sports. It's a lot of fun.
No doubt. Listen, folks, we got a big second half in front of you. I can't wait to see how this one's going to play out. We're going to go quick to commercial right there so we can have our sponsors right there give their words. But come back because we got a big second half in front of us.
Yeah, don't miss out. This is a treat. Second half coming up right here on WNY Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Do you insure a lot of businesses?
Yes, we do.
How about restaurants?
We got a bunch.
Do you cover property damage?
Yes, we do.
How about my equipment?
Covered.
How about sewer backup?
We got it.
What if my cook gets hurt?
You're covered.
Foodborne illnesses?
Covered.
What if my party tent goes down?
Covered under property damage.
And you say this is all under one policy?
One policy.
When do I pay?
Once a month.
Just one time?
Just one.
Is there anything you don't cover?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
31.
Tables. We don't do tables.
Gotta love Buffalo.
For all your insurance questions, call the Wolf at 835-WOLF.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective pediatric care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we're about to momentarily start the second half between the McDowell Trojans and the Bennett Tigers right here on WNY Athletics. Score 14-13 in favor of Bennett. However, McDowell will get the ball to start the second half, so an opportunity for them to take their first lead of the game.
And to McDowell, they felt it was a huge momentum swing, too. I don't know if you got a chance to see, Norm. They went running off the field, screaming and yelling like
catch a little bit of
they
that.
just had just won something big. That's huge. Yeah. Little things that you go and win the game, how do you now take it? So they felt they went into the locker room with momentum.
Yeah, the metronome of the momentum shifted the way of McDowell with that 48-yard field goal. I just found out from some of the staff from McDowell it was officially 48 yards, so they were even looking to see if that was a school record, but I'm sure that they're ready to get the ball to start the second half. I'm anticipating just as an eventful one as it was in the first half. To all the viewers that are watching this, do not switch it to any other game. You would be missing out on a big treat, even though we've got an awesome crew covering other games as well throughout the night.
Oh, absolutely. And we've got a tape delay one that's going to come on. So we've been giving you some updates from the Lancaster-Jamestown game, but we will be broadcasting that game tonight.
10 p.m.
So that's going to be coming out there when we're done here. I'll get a chance to listen to it on the way home. I'm excited about it. I'll have a nice ride home after this one.
Yep, and I'm one of the guys doing the home games for them. So.
And Iroquois and Southwestern is getting broadcast right now. So there's another great game here in Western New York.
Oh, yeah.
I just got a score. Olean up 21-14 over East Aurora.
Wow.
So we got a good game going out there. It really has been, a great first week that we've seen. And, boy, how can you not talk about the first game that got kicked off in Western New York? Goes to overtime.
Oh, yeah, Lakeshore.
Right, where Lakeshore wins 26-20 over Dunkirk.
Wow.
In overtime. Unbelievable game that we got a chance to actually have, Jack Cruiser and Coach Fata right there broadcast it. I got a chance to actually be there and produce the game.
Yeah, I heard there was a fumble at the 1-yard line. And there was a 4th and 20 converted as well.
It was crazy. And it
That's
converted
insane.
For a touchdown.
Yeah.
No, for a touchdown it was converted. We also had a return that was a pickoff that went for 100 yards.
Wow.
So, it was just great things to see, and we're seeing it all over Western New York
Yeah, there was another score update I actually heard that's in halftime. It's not a close game. It's been a blowout. Frewsburg against Cattaraugus. Frewsburg's up at halftime, 39-0.
But that's big. Frewsburg comes off 8-man football is what they did the last couple of years. And now getting a chance to play 11-man and come out with a big win, that's also big for a program, especially because you're going to do something a little bit different than you've done the last couple of years, and you come out with a big win.
So Lewis will kick off. He'll look to get a better result this time, and this is a squibber, and it hits right into one of the middlemen, shimmying off one tackle. That was number 25, Jake Hauer. So he was able to get some decent yardage on it, and honestly, that was a good squib kick there by Lewis.
So, sorry, folks, I'm laughing. But obviously, Howard's dad is sitting right in front of us right here. And when he came up and he did a little shimmy dance out here in front of us, is what he did.
Yeah.
So he actually did a little dance out there. And again, it was all, very, very funny. It was great. I love it. It was into the game, but he was out there rooting his son on. But it was a nice little dance that he did.
Luger taking the snap. It's bobbled and still loose. Rolling to the 30. It's still free. And it looks like he got recovered by Bennett. And the man that looked like, from I saw, Rashard Perry. Looked like he was
Perry,
on it.
He did, but it wasn't who came up with it.
Oh,
it was number
apologies.
13, Daryl Hamilton,
Wow.
the guy who came up with it. But Rashad was in there. I think it popped out one more. I think it popped out one more time, and it was Hamilton who actually came up with the ball right there. But here we go. What'd we say? What's the answer? And very quickly, Bennett comes up with the answer and comes out and says, you may have had the momentum coming in, but now we take the momentum back in our hands.
Yeah, the big Mo, that pendulum swung right back to Bennett. And the number one rule when it comes to a bad snap, if you're able to get a clean handle on it, fall on it. Yep. It's better to lose a lot of yardage and turn the ball over.
And that's what he tried to do there.
Yeah, it may just had a bad squirt out because with turf, it does bounce. Oh, and it's another low snap. Let's see if McDowell got this one.
Oh, did it shift?
Let's see. They got it. Wow. This looks like giving season, but it's not Christmas. It's giving season here in Erie, PA. 2 fumbles to start off the half, a turnover each, and my guess, I would either want a cherry one or an apple with the icing.
It looked like Jack Schroka was the one who actually comes up with it right there. And now, like you said, boy, you talk about momentum back and forth. It's just going back and forth. And you wonder, I mean, boy, that's 2 right now snaps that went off for both teams. Is something out there that's making the ball slick.
High snap, Luger. He hands it off to Simmons, able to break away from one tackle, swing it over to the outside, gets to the 30. And he gets brought down by the shoulder pad. And it was still a good amount of yards. The guy in the tackle was Xavier Goodman. So a good job by Goodman to hang on for dear life and get the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to remember is we talk about the speed just of, of these guys, and especially Simmons, right? Simmons started out the game last week with an 80-yard touchdown play, right? So you trust me, this kid gets to the outside, and great things are going to happen.
And it's going to get kept this time by Lunger, and he'll get a few yards out of it. It was 2nd down and 2 at the 34, so it was an 8-yard run by Simmons. And it looks like there's someone down with the cramps. He's trying to get up, but having some trouble.
And that was Perry and Land on the tackle right there. And I think that's who's down right there. I think that's Peterson. Do you see 8 standing up? I think that's Peterson right there.
Well, with him being down, we're going to take a quick break.
Oh, no.
I beg your pardon.
Peterson's on the sideline, so I apologize.
That's
it's not him. It's a big right there.
It looks like it could be Josh Fairfield, number 63. It is a number in the 60s.
Yep, I saw that too. Again, I think it's cramping is what it is. You can see them down at the ankles right there. Let's hope that's exactly what it is. But if you want to go ahead and why don't we take a quick break like you said.
I agree, Tom, but stick around for more action between Bennett and McDowell right here on WNY Athletics.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we're about to resume action here between Bennett and McDowell on WNY Athletics. And it was Philip Schweitzer, the man that was down. It looked like he had a cramp around his calf area. But it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Trojans. And again, it's going to be Lunger taking the shotgun snap. It's going to be a handoff to Simmons. Simmons pounding the rock, gets tackled around the 39-yard line.
And it looks like Perry and Land again on that one is exactly who
yes,
it was.
Land was one of the main guys to bring him down, but still got it to the 39-yard line. It's a 2-yard gain, making it 2nd down and 8. So 14-13, and for any viewers that just tuned in, you missed an interesting start of the second half. Turnovers by each team, 2 bad snaps. One was high, one was low. Shotgun again, trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Lunger again, taking the snap. And he fakes the handoff. He'll throw a screen pass. That may have been a lateral. It goes out of bounds. It looked like it landed around the 35-yard line.
Did you see what the assistant coach
did? Yeah, he went
for
Bennett? Yeah. Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies here.
He literally, that was awesome. So the play obviously went out of bounds, and he took it and pretended he was running into the end zone. It was, what a great little play right there. That was funny.
So I'm looking at it, looks like it's at the 39. That was dangerously close to being a backwards pass.
It really was, but it obviously went out of bounds right there. You know what I mean?
So very fortunate, and Moore is back in at quarterback in the shotgun, 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Throws in the flats. That is complete at the 46-yard line. He's going to be a yard short for the first. It was James Ziegler who made the reception, number 23. It's going to be 4th down and a yard.
Almost 2. Actually, I think they're going to set this up at the 45. I think this is 2 yards.
It is definitely 4th down. He did not get enough.
But look, it's 2 yards. We're sitting right here,
Okay, it is
right?
2.
It's 2 yards.
So 4th and 2 at the 45. They're going to go for it, and I like this decision. Down by 1 point. You want to get your first lead of the game. And it looks like it may be a sneak here. Under center.
Or they're trying to get him to go off sides.
And there's a flag. It's going to be a false start. Now I feel they have no choice. They're going to have to boot this.
Yep, I agree.
And the man of the hour for the Trojans, Alex Sontheimer, he's going to come out to punt the ball. He's averaging a little more than 60 yards a punt. He's also got a 48-yard field goal, so he has had a heck of a night for the Trojans. And I'm sure he wants to get on that Ferrari horse, get his sword, stab it into the ground, and go, the night is mine. Here's the punt. There was a rush, but he was able to get it away, and it goes to the 34-yard line. So by far his shortest punt of the night, only goes 26 yards. So decent field position for Bennett, and they have another opportunity to extend their lead.
But good defensive stop right there. Great job by Bennett to get that stop that they need to come about, especially to have that stop after a turnover, right? That's big. And you can see so obviously now McDowell trying to make that same answer that Bennett just did with them. And what did we say early on, right? We said that both teams are going to need to pass the ball.
Yes, they are.
Obviously, we didn't see that happen right there with McDowell. Had an opportunity with the swing pass out there. Didn't happen. Those are passes that's got to happen right now for McDowell to come back and win this game.
So it's going to be a 2-wide set, 2 backs. Under center, it's going to be a handoff. Breaking the 30-yard line and dragging the pile of defenders with him. Once again, that is Kareem Hathcock, and he's been a workhorse on the handoffs, the most out of the backs we've seen for Bennett.
Yeah, and we've seen a bunch, right? We've seen McDuffie, we've seen Lewis, we've seen Hathcock, we've seen Land, right?
We've seen Thomas.
We've seen Thomas, right? We really have seen the multitude of backs that Bennett can actually provide out there, which just means is they are, even an injury is not going to stop that running game out there.
2nd down, 3 at the 37. It's going to be another handoff to Hathcock, crosses the 40, and he falls down. He almost broke it. Got stopped at around the 48. It's more than enough for a first down. He keeps his footing and gets inside near the sideline. He could be taking that one to the house.
Oh, I agree. I think that was going to go very far. Obviously, I think he was in traffic when he came out of there. I think someone just got a hold of him there a little bit, caused that trip up. But he right now so far is running the ball very well on this drive.
I'd say keep it going until McDowell finds a way to stop it.
I was saying the same thing I was going to say.
And look at that.
There you go.
And it wasn't him this time, though, that had to carry. It was Noah McDuffie, and he got stopped for a 2-yard loss at the 45.
And on that stop was number 60 right there, Ryan Visosky.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 12 with about 8 minutes left in the third. And what began as an offensive shootout's been turning into a defensive slugfest.
Well, obviously, both teams made the adjustments,
yes,
right?
They
And
have.
that's what we said, and that's what good defenses do.
So 2nd down and 12, fake handoff. Davis will throw, and wide open right there, and past the 30, dragging a guy with him to the 25-yard line. Pass was complete to Jaden Lewis. And we got a flag on the play as well.
I think they're going to call this.
And we also have an injured player down as well.
I wonder if they're going to call this a horse collar right here on top of it. And he's hurt, too.
That's Ray Jackson.
Yeah. And again, I think that's a cramp. You can see, you wonder if that's a cramp right here.
It's around the
that's
ankle.
all that it is a cramp.
And while he's being checked out, we will take a quick break. Score still 14-13 in favor of the Bennett Tigers. Stick around for more of this matchup right here on WNY Athletics.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective pediatric care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we're about to resume action here between the Bennett Tigers and the McDowell Trojans right here on WNY Athletics. Lewis with the catch plus a horse collar tackle. They're in the red zone. It's going to be another handoff. And now inside the 10-yard line is the Tigers. And they're threatening to make this back up to a 7-point game with 7.5 minutes left and counting in the third quarter. And Bennett taking their time here regarding getting the next play in. With them up by 1 point, not such a bad idea.
So what did we say, right?
Yes.
And this has been great, when you said who is going to come up with the big pass, because both teams were going to have to be effective at 1 point, and right now that comes for Bennett with a big pass play
Quarterback
right there.
sneak gets it inside the 5 to about the 4. Second down, it was 2nd and 6 to 7. They can get a first down without a touchdown. They'll have to get it to the 1-yard line to make it 1st and goal. And it was Antonio Davis on a surprise sneak.
All right, listen, when you got right now number 72, Rashad Perry, standing right there, I'm going to run right behind him too, right, and see if he can get me right there. Absolutely.
3rd down and 3 at the 4. It's going to be another handoff, and they got him. Stopped him around the line of scrimmage. One of the guys I saw that helped out with the tackle was Philip Schweitzer.
Yeah, there were a couple guys that were big in on that one. But you're absolutely right. Phillip was one of the first one that was there, no doubt.
And you bet your bottom dollar that they're going to go for it here on 4th and goal. Yep. And if they don't get it to the 1, they do pin McDowell on their own end. So this would not be a terrible situation should Bennett not convert this.
Well, but you're giving still a huge momentum to McDowell is what you do. True. Because we stopped you in the red zone is what we did right here. And they're going to see a timeout called is what we're going to do.
So 4th down, 3 at the 4, and they're going to try and talk things over for a second time. They're going to take a timeout again. It's 4th and 3 at the 4-yard line. They got to get to the 1 to get a first down. 5:45 left in the third. Score still 14-13 in favor of Bennett.
So, you're right now, you have run the ball so effectively, right? But you've really done it behind some guys. Now, we saw what's happening here. Obviously, what they're doing is they're going to stack as many people up on that line to get through is what McDowell's going to do. So what are you going to come up with to do something a little bit different because McDowell's going to do everything they can to get some people right up that gut?
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think it would hurt to, because with them mainly running the ball with the exception of one pass in this drive, wouldn't hurt to possibly try a play-action fake and lob one over to a tall guy.
Or even Davis keep it and roll out himself.
Naked bootleg.
Right? That's exactly what I was thinking right there, especially because they've been so effective by the run.
Make McDowell bite.
You know what I mean? You're going up the gut, and that's what you do is you take it off with a fake handoff right there. I think that's exactly would be a great play right there. But, that's why we're up here at the booth and Coach McDuffie's down there because he's the one who's going to make that call and see what he could do to be able to try to get in that end zone.
Yeah, we're similar to coaches. We wear the headsets, but we don't call the plays. We just call the action. But calling the action, it's a lot more fun. So, again, it's going to be 4th and 3 at the 4. 5:45 left in the third. This is a big opportunity for Bennett. And kind of a back-against-the-wall moment here for McDowell, even though it would just be, at the minimum, a 7-point game should Bennett pop this one in the end zone.
So we got a score update as Gowanda leads 16-6 over Silver Creek with 11:56 left in the fourth quarter.
So here come the teams back out on the field. 4th and 3 at the 4. They got to get it to the 1 for a first down. They're going to be in an I formation, and it's going to be a handoff, and he didn't get it. It looked like he got stopped at around the 2. I think he got short of the first down. And from the fans' reaction, I think that they agree. I think he didn't get it.
I'm looking to see the spot, right? Because they're
looked like he got to the 2. They had to get to the 1. Turnover on downs.
There you go.
So a big stop there for McDowell, and it's another chance, a reprieve here for McDowell to get their first lead of the game. But the catch is as well, they're going to be at their own 3-yard line, but we've seen they can get explosive. They got to come up with the right play in this drive to break it loose and get them 6 for the lead.
Right, but at the same time as you want to make sure you're not going to have that turnover, right?
Very
because
true.
You're going to give them great field position right back. So you got to be smart around here what you're going to be able to do. So let's see what they do is, do we do what's been working for them and try to get them out of that area just by the run, because that seems to be where they've been most effective.
Well, in the end zone, shotgun snap is going to be a keeper and gets it to about the 5, maybe the 6-yard line. So Moore able to give McDowell a little bit of breathing room. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 with 5:25 left in the third.
I'll tell you, Land has been unbelievable, just the way he's been on every tackle in there. And that one was Land as well as, unfortunately, 51. I don't have a 51 on Bennett right now, but in 51 right there for Bennett.
2nd down, 7 at the 6. Here's a snap. It's going to be a give to Simmons. Swinging it over, and he'll get it to about the 8-9-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down.
And you know what? I'm going to give you one guess as who the first one was in on that tackle.
Land.
That's exactly it. Land has just been all over the place today, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
3rd down and 4 at the 9. Moore takes a snap. He'll throw a screen, and it is complete. And it looked like he got it to about the – no, it's ruled incomplete.
No, they're saying, yeah. And all the Bennett guys were saying that before the ref did. If you saw the 3 Bennett players that were right around there were all saying, no. And they absolutely said, nope, no catch.
That was intended for Ziegler. So it's going to be 4th down and 4 at the 9. So another job well done by Bennett's defense. That's the 3rd 3-and-out they've forced this game.
And he was wide open right there.
Yes, he was.
That was an opportunity absolutely for a first down right there for McDowell.
Roseboro is going to be the deep man. We do have a flag on the play. Looks like it might be too many men from the ref's indication.
Yeah, they were counting them. Yep. And Ariel, as you see the player run off the field right now. So that's another. You're gonna pin you back right now.
He's near the sideline.
Does
Bennett be careful?
So does Bennett try to go block this?
I will try. Why not?
You see. Let's look at the box right now. Look at the players. Look at how many are in the box right now.
Or maybe they'll give him the safety too. I've seen that happen before as well. Southmeyer set the punt, and here it comes. And he's able to get it away, and caught at the 39-yard line by Roseboro, and he bowls through a defender, gets it to the 29, so a 10-yard return. An excellent field position for the Tigers.
It's one of the first punts we've actually seen them to be able to return.
Oh, yeah.
If you remember, all the other ones, they bounced where he was and then took a great bounce past him, and he hasn't been able to return a punt yet. So a great opportunity there to be able to just get the ball and return it, and now give Bennett some great field position right here.
So it's going to be 1st down and 10 at the 30. So Bennett with a golden opportunity to extend their lead. Both teams have had multiple chances in this quarter, but the defenses have responded respectively. It's going to be an I formation for the Tigers. It's going to be another handoff and very minimal yardage. And the give again was to Hathcock, and a wall of defenders for the Trojans and the old gang tackling.
Yeah, but who was the first one in there? Number 8, right? We've talked about him multiple times.
Yes, we
have. And he comes up again, Peterson, again, with a big tackle. Just really having a game. Just kind of the same thing we've been talking about with Land on the other side, right? Peterson and Land both having a great game right where they are for their team.
Less than 4 minutes left in the third. I formation again as Davis is under center.
We're going to see a false start here.
Yep, flag on the play. So false start, 5 yards. That is a huge penalty. That'll make it 2nd down and 15.
I'll tell you, folks, the way this game started out, I was really thought we were going to see a 40-39 type game the way it started out.
Me too.
And you've just seen both defenses just bear right down and have done everything that they can do to stop the other team.
So the Tigers will break the huddle. 3.5 minutes left and counting in the third, and they're going to stick with the I formation once again. Halfcock is the back, and it's going to be a give on a counter, and it's read perfectly. Trojans, again, were not fooled. And one of the guys I see that was there in the tackle, it looked like, again, that was Peterson.
Peterson, it's I think 52. That's the one who's down. And again, I think it's a cramp scenario.
Yeah, Angel Ruiz. He's number 52.
Yeah, I think that was Ruiz, the first one that was in there. But it looks like he's cramping right now also. So.
Yeah, but that will take a quick commercial break. However, stick around for more action between Bennett and McDowell on WNY Athletics.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective pediatric care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we're about to resume action here between the Bennett Tigers and the McDowell Trojans right here on WNY Athletics. It's a 3rd down and 16 at the 36-yard line of McDowell. Definitely 4-down territory here for Bennett. Shotgun formation. Davis takes a snap in the pocket, throws middle of the field. That's caught to the 20-yard line. Thomas breaks a tackle, picks up a blocker to the 15, tried to shimmy over defender, plows over another guy inside the 10, but because his helmet popped off, the play's dead. But a huge catch there by the receiver, Jameer Thomas, and with that catch, that'll put him over 100 receiving yards.
Wow. And that's the 3rd helmet that's come off for Bennett right here. And that one looked like it was pulled right off.
And looks like another guy's down with a cramp. That's Bobby Blue. And with this heat, cramps are going to happen.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And it seems to be right now affecting McDowell is what it seems to be affecting more.
Yep.
Let's give some score updates. At half, Will South is tied with Will East 7-7. McKinley is up 16-6 over Ken East at half. Roy Hart is up 22-20 over Alden in the 4th quarter. We've got Orchard Park, who is up right now 22-6 over Clarence. And apparently in that one, there's been a player who broke his leg in the Orchard Park Clarence game, and there was a stoppage at that game right there.
Oh. Sometimes injuries like that are scary. But the way it's looking, it looks like it is just cramping, which is only something minor, thankfully. And that was a 27-yard catch and run there by Thomas. It's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line once this gets all situated. And both teams just huddling up on their respective ends of the field to come up with schematics, and Blue's gimping. I'm wondering if it's not a cramp, maybe a possible rolled ankle. But he, in spite of him hopping on a foot, he was able to get up on his own power, and when you're able to do that, that's always a good sign. So again, 1st and goal at the 9 coming up, and a big opportunity for Bennett to extend their lead back up to 7 points. They have not been behind at all throughout this game so far, and they intend to try and extend their lead. 2:46 left and counting in the 3rd as both teams will get back out onto the field. Again, 1st and goal at the 9 coming up. So it's going to be under center against Davis. He takes a snap. It'll be a pitch, but a whistle. And it's going to be a timeout called. Timeout's going to be called by Bennett, and with that, we'll take a quick break ourselves. Score still 14-13 in favor of Bennett. 2:27 left in the third. We'll be right back for more action right here on WNY Athletic.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we're about to momentarily resume action here between Bennett and McDowell. Bennett calling a timeout with 1st and goal at the 9-yard line, and this could come back to haunt them a little bit because they're now down to just one timeout left, and this is not a landslide game. This has been a tooth and nail, sledgehammer blow shootout. Offensively in the first quarter, but since then, mostly defense.
Folks, we got a score right here in Erie. So St. Joe's right now is leading Erie 27-7 in their game.
And it's going to be a pitch. It's over to Lewis. Lewis meets into a traffic wall of defenders, gets it to about the 6-yard line.
And it looked like that was Aiden Probst right there on the tackle, number 58. Oh, and got another score here is the Mustangs, Medina leading 14-7 after 3.
So that's another low-scoring game. 2nd and goal coming up for Bennett. Less than 2 minutes left in the third as the Tigers break the huddle. It was a 2-yard gain on the run by Lewis, so 2nd and goal at the 7. And defender for McDowell hustling to get out of bounds before too many men. They were already nailed for that on their last punt. Here comes a snap. It'll be a pitch on the opposite end to Lewis. Or no, excuse me, that's Thomas on the jet sweep. He's at the 5, breaks a tackle, and he's out of bounds at the 1. Wasn't able to break the plane. He thought he was in the end zone, but it doesn't matter where your feet are. The ball has to break.
Yeah. Well, his feet weren't even in. His feet went out of the 1. He was
like
trying to backpedal is what he was trying to do in there, and it looked like he just couldn't get his balance enough to be able to get backwards all the way into the end zone.
So it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 1. A little more than 90 seconds left in the third. Honestly, with the fullback in there, I'm anticipating a handoff to Hamilton. And it's a give to him, and he's in for a touchdown.
I don't see the signal yet.
From my
there
view,
it is.
Yep. Oh, man, call me Tony Romo on that one. 20-13 now the score, and we already know Bennett's going to go for 2. And if they convert it, that could be very crucial because it makes it a 9-point lead and a 2-possession game.
But Hamilton, how about him, right? He's been doing it on defense all day. We've been calling his name all day long, and now you give the big man the ball and say, right, feed the big man, and he does his job.
Lick the chops, and he got a little barbecue sauce with it. 2-point conversion about to occur for Bennett. Converting it would be very important. Here's a snap. Davis will throw. End zone on the wheel route, and it's caught. 2-point conversion good. Late flag. That'll be a personal foul on McDowell. Late hit.
That's going to be added on to the kickoff. Yep.
It was Roseboro that made the catch for the 2, and again, that's a big one. That makes it a 2-possession game.
And not only that, that's a 15-yard penalty from the kickoff.
Indeed.
That's going to take away some of that field position that you're looking to get because we haven't seen Bennett really kick the ball far on their kickoffs.
Oh, no.
You've been getting decent field position, and now it's a 15-yard penalty that's going to be pushing you farther back.
Yeah, we've seen the kickoffs. We also saw that punt that just went straight high into the air. But in spite of all that, though, Bennett's been able to shake off some of the miscues, and they've got a 9-point lead. So a personal foul after the reception by Roseboro, and it's going to be 15 yards assessed on the kickoff. And it's going to be on the 45-yard line. .124 left in the third quarter, and 22-13, Bennett is ahead. And one of the guys deep to return the kickoff, it is Blue, the guy who hobbled off the field earlier in the Bennett's drive, but he is out there. And another guy deep for the return also is Stephon Porter, number 28.
Orchard Park scores again. They're now up 29-6 over Clarence.
Wow. An eventful first week so far. And again, it will be Lewis kicking off.
So here's that field position that we're talking about here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you really just change starting position just by a penalty right there.
Yeah, and he's kicking it in McDowell's territory. Even a simple squibber, if it gets misplaced, he could possibly pin McDowell inside their 15, 10-yard line. And, whoa, that kick's a beauty. Right at the 5-yard line, and it's Porter. Porter to the 15. Finds a gap to the 20. Picks up a blocker. And, oh! Came close to getting even more yardage, but still gets it to the 33-yard line. About a 28-yard return for number 28, Stephon Porter. And again, a Bennett tackle hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, that was McDuffie who was hanging on there, who made that tackle. And that tackle may have been a touchdown-saving tackle, as you saw him trying to just break through right there for something really big. But look at what a great return, and you're only sitting at the 33-yard line. Imagine those 15 yards, you would actually be already into the Bennett territory.
Or at least the midfield. 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. 1:16 left in the third. Moore in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, looking, busted play, and he's just going to throw it away. I think Bennett was trying to see if it was intentional grounding.
Well, that's what they're, so now remember, I don't know what the Pennsylvania rule is right here, right?
He was outside of the pocket.
I don't know if the Pennsylvania rule mimics, what they see in college, but that would have been in New York. That would have been an intentional grounding right there.
Yeah, there was no receiver in the area, and I think it was supposed to be a screen pass to Hauer, but he got blown up by a defensive lineman, and somebody jumped off, and there's no flag. Wow, and that was Rashard Perry. He clearly crossed the neutral zone, but no flag called.
We've seen that multiple times today, some jumps that just haven't been called.
More throws, broken up. And it got broken up there by number 6, Kareem Hathcock. He's been a busy man for the Tigers, and it's going to be 3rd down and 10 at the 33. 1:04 left in the third. If you do get back in time, though, they don't throw it. But if you initiate an offensive player to
So we got a score coming from Lancaster as Jamestown just gets a safety at 16-9 in that game.
Here comes a throw, and that's going to be bobbled incomplete. It would have been short of the first down at the spot he was juggling it. It was intended for Ziegler, but I'm going to backtrack to what I was saying before that score update. When a defender does cross the neutral zone, if he's able to get back in time, they sometimes won't throw the flag. But if it initiates an offensive lineman to move, then they'll throw the flag. And I think it should have been because it did cause one of the linemen to point at him. But it's going to be a punt here. Again, it's going to be Sondheimer. Oh, beautiful snap. Here comes a punt, and another decent kick, and it takes a bounce inside the 30, and it'll be down at, looks like it'll be right at on the 30-yard line. So 52 seconds left in the third, and Bennett, they got a chance to break the barrel open a little.
Did you see him almost block that?
Yeah.
That was Hamilton again. Just he's just having a game out there. He really is. But, we said at halftime the key to success for one of these teams was going to be who was going to be able to move the ball through the air.
Yeah.
What's been the difference so far in the second half? Bennett's moved the ball through the air.
Yes, they have.
And that's something that McDowell has not been able to do right now. That's so far the difference that we've seen in this second half. That's the adjustment so far made by Bennett. That's been the successful adjustment.
I formation, McDowell showing the blitz. Here comes a handoff. And again, it is to Hathcock, but for minimal yardage. And there's a flag as well. And where the spot it's thrown, it looks like it's going to be holding. It's in that vicinity. And indeed it is. Offensive holding. And it usually is at the spot of the foul plus the yardage.
You know, that, and again, we are playing under Pennsylvania
Very
rules,
true.
so I don't want to sit here and quote. But in New York State, it is a spot foul. It is from the spot of the foul, not the line of scrimmage.
Looks like it is for PA too.
Which is why some of these hold calls, it's ridiculous, like the amount of penalty yardages that go against them. I really would like to see New York State look at that exact penalty call and talk about changing that and make it from the line of scrimmage.
Well, it was a 14-yard penalty, so it looks like PA does do that as well. So the penalty was at the 26 and then tack on the 10 yards. So this could be a big break for McDowell. They'll have to throw it here at one of these downs. Davis in shotgun takes a snap. He'll throw. He's going to go long. It's a pop fly, and it's picked off. Intercepted right there by Ray Jackson. And if you want a big break, that's the one right there. Davis threw up a lollipop pop fly near midfield. Jackson jumps for it, makes the catch, and that's what coaches like to call catching the ball at the highest point.
Yeah, great job. Great interception right there.
So 22 seconds left in the third. A big interception there by McDowell. They have a chance to cut down their deficit. They're behind by 9 points, 22-13, but there still is another quarter to go.
And what do? They start off in Bennett territory. So now that momentum that they've needed so far in the second half, they're going to finally get an opportunity with great starting position right here.
1st and 10 at Bennett's 49. Moore in the shotgun formation. He's got 2 wides on the right, 1 slot receiver. It's going to be a give on the sweep to Simmons. And, able to get to around the 45-yard line. Hathcock was able to trip him up. And that may be the final play of the third quarter. So it was a 5-yard gain by Simmons, and it looks like they're going to let the clock run. 3 quarters have concluded here at Gus Johnson Field. McDowell behind 22-13, but they're going to start a drive to start the fourth quarter. Stick around for that action and more right here on WNY Athletic.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
And we're about to start the fourth quarter, and 2nd down and 5 at Bennett's 44-yard line is the Trojans. They had an interception near the end of the third quarter. That was Jackson who came up with a high jump-in-the-sky catch, and it's going to be a give to him on the sweep. Looking for some room. He gets to the 40, picks up a block to the 30. Able to shimmy away from a guy. He gets inside the 25. How about moving those chains once again? It's a 1st down for the Trojans.
This has been their bread and butter, right?
Yes, it has.
We're waiting for them to see they're going to keep running the ball. I know they're going to the pass, but right now the run is really what's done it. I think that's what you're going to have to try to do to finish this one out.
If it's working, stick with it. It's going to be a sweep over to Simmons. Simmons will get to the red zone of the 20, and, that should be a flag right there for a late hit. He was clearly knocked down at the end of the play. I'm surprised there was no flag on that. Goodman clearly had a hold of him as they were going out of bounds and threw an extra move on him. But it's still a good run, though, by Simmons. He got it inside the 20-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and about 2. 2nd and 3. Another give to Simmons. He gets the 1st down and more. He'll get it to the 10. Trying to plow forward for more. Gets to about the 9-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal to go at the 9.
We got another score update for everybody. Sweet Home is leading Ken West 27-14 with 1:25 left in the third quarter. Boy, we've really gotten some great scores, and I'm going to give our buddy Alex upstairs on the camera, who's actually been getting a lot of these scores for us. He's either having someone feed him, or boy, he's got something to be able to get scores. He's doing a great job of letting us know what the scores are. So
I know he's got some
credit.
inside sources.
Well, those sources are doing him good, so I want to make sure he does get credit for it.
So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 9. 11:32 left in regulation. Score 22-13 in favor of Bennett. And McDowell, it's not an option. They have to score a touchdown here on this drive.
No, they could still kick the field goal because it's going to bring it within points because they need 2 scores.
Understandable. But here comes the give to Simmons. He'll get to the 5, maybe the 4-yard line. Still a good chunk of yardage there by Simmons.
I mean, you hate to go this far down and not get the touchdown. I hear you, but you still need 2 scores. So getting the field goal is not necessarily a bad thing for them.
So 2nd and goal at the 4. And we got a whistle. Timeout's going to be called by Bennett, and this could be huge. They're out of timeouts now. 10:53 left in regulation, score 22-13 in favor of Bennett. They've just burnt their last timeout. We'll take a quick break ourselves. Stick around for the continuation of the 4th quarter right here on WNY Athletic.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we're about to momentarily resume action here between Bennett and McDowell. Again, the Tigers, they just burnt their 3rd and final timeout. They are ahead by 9 points. But we'll just have to wait and see if using that last one's going to come back to haunt them. Comparison-wise, McDowell does have all 3, so that will be a big beneficial thing for them later on in the quarter. It's 2nd down and goal at the 4-yard line. Moore's going to be in the shotgun. The way it's looking, this could be another draw to Simmons. Calling the Canes. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a fake. Rolling to the left. Throws wide open for a touchdown. That is Christian Lunger, who, and this may be an excessive celebration penalty.
No, there was some extracurricular on the back of the end zone that was there with 2 guys, and I think they're going to call some sort of, it's either going to go against both of them, right? I won't be surprised if it's offsetting because it was 2 guys kind of going at each other off outside the end zone.
So we'll see what it is. They're having a discussion about it. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct on McDowell. So the touchdown will count, but it's going to be assessed on the kickoff.
So that was what we saw. That's what we saw happen in the back of the end zone is where it was, where it happened.
Yeah, it's been getting a little chippy with the attitudes a little bit. That's a 2nd unsportsmanlike conduct we've seen. There's been 1 on each team.
Wonder why it's not on the extra point right here.
Maybe Bennett gets to choose?
I think so. They just said it's going to be on the kickoff, so. And I think what Bennett's looking at it as is I'd rather try to get better field position out of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there's nothing wrong with that. Extra point by Sontheimer. It is right down the pipe. It is good. Deficit cut down to 2, 22-20 with 10:49 left in regulation. And they're going to get set to kick it off over to Bennett. And Bennett, again, looking to just extend the lead some more. But McDowell's, even though it's early in the 4th, they got to get a stop defensively.
But what was the play that did it?
The interception.
Well, yes, the interception is what started it. But a pass play to get the get in the end zone right there, right? So they found something that worked and be able to even, I don't care whether it's short or long or whatever it is, but that passing game has to be right now the friend, and that's been right now the key to success for both teams being able to put points up on the board.
So I've got a couple of updates here. Williamsville East is ahead over Williamsville South 14-7, and I also got an update Orchard Park against Clarence 24-6 the score there. Unless that's incorrect. Because I remember you said it was 29-6.
Yeah, I got 29-6.
And we just got wind that Jamestown's in the red zone there. They're only down by 7 points, 16-9. They're looking to get a touchdown on the board and tie the game up. And two very strong teams for that one taking on each other in week one. As Sontheimer's going to kick it off here for the Trojans. And the way he's standing, I wouldn't be surprised this may be an onside, the way he's formed. And it's going to be a pooch kick. And it's a live ball after 10 yards. It does get fielded there cleanly. And we got a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be a holding. The return was by number 12. That was Dominic Howard. But Sontheimer, though, pretty good job on that pooch kick. Gave it the hang time to where they had to catch it. And I'm kind of surprised that Howard didn't call for a fair catch. So it's going to be an illegal block in the back on Bennett. So 10:43 left in regulation, score 22-20. You're a fan of either team or a player, you're probably biting a nail in half or down to the nub right now. I do presume, though, Bennett's going to stick with their usual bread and butter, the handoffs to the multiple backs they use. Hathcock, Land, Thomas, Roseboro from time to time, McDuffie. It's going to be a mix and match of the running backs, I would think, here. You don't want to force a throw and get another turnover. And they're in the I formation right now. 1st and 10, their own 25, and it's going to be a give to Hathcock. And able to break a tackle momentarily, gets it past the 30. And from my view, it was Elijah Gibbs on the stop. Still a good chunk of yardage there by Hathcock. So it was a 6-yard run there, so 2nd down and 4. Here's a snap. It's going to be another give, but stop behind the line of scrimmage is Hathcock. Two people I saw on the tackle. One of them was Peterson again, as well as Ryan Vasoski. So it's going to make it a 3rd down. A 3 and out would be very huge. It was a loss of a yard, 3rd down and 5 at the 30-yard line. 9:42 left in counting in regulation.
And a 3 and out, too, after we saw the punt, right? You could really give yourself some great field position here if you're McDowell.
Davis play action fake. He's going to go deep, and it is caught! Caught there by Lewis. He threw a jump ball to where only he could catch it. Lewis is 6 feet tall, and it looked like the guy defending him. He's only 5'9", so 3 inches is a huge difference.
Do you remember earlier in the game when I said when Lewis, the ball wasn't thrown to him, and I said, he's the kind of guy that says, just throw the ball my way, watch what I'll do, and I'll make the catch and make something happen.
Looks like there's an injured player.
Right there, it's Lewis that's actually down.
Oh.
And I think that's cramping is what it is right there, what we've seen pretty much all day today. But this was a great example of Lewis doing exactly what we were just talking about, right?
Yeah.
Going up over the defender, making a fabulous catch, bringing it down. But big players make big plays in big games. That's exactly what Lewis was trying to do, that said, give me the ball, because that could have been a really tough spot for Bennett right there, especially when you would have been talking about a 4th down, right?
Yep.
And we've already seen what the punt that went 0 yards right there. But again, even if you didn't punt it, and you could have been talking about a possibility of giving McDowell phenomenal field position, that right there could be a big catch, and we'll see how it plays out for this drive.
Yeah, that was a 34-yard catch by Lewis, and he's come up with some clutch plays throughout the game for Bennett, and a huge 1st down. And again, they're looking to just extend their lead and
also try to get that clock moving.
Exactly.
Is what they're trying to do.
That's what I was trying to say too.
So we got a score update as McKinley now takes a bigger lead. They're up 30-6 over Kenmore East at the end of the third quarter right there. We've still got 9:27 in this one. Why don't we take a quick break as Lewis is still down out there?
I do agree. Stick around for more action right here on WNY Athletic.
With exclusive buyer insights and our 100% money-back guarantee, we're confident we'll find buyers for your home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company.
So a big third down reception by Lewis, giving Bennett a very important first down, and it's going to be a handoff again to Hathcock, and pounding the rock to about the 32-yard line is Hathcock. Out of all the backs we've seen, he's been the most busy by far.
And you got to expect, right? Why would you not just give him a healthy dose right now?
Yeah, if it's working, don't fix it.
Well, not only that, but it's what's going to get that clock moving, right? You can get in there now. That clock is on your side.
I formation once again for the Tigers. 4-3 alignment by the McDowell Trojans, and here comes a snap. It's going to be a give to the fullback. Pounding the rock inside the 30, and he gets it to about the 28-yard line. Once again, that is Hamilton, who scored the last touchdown for Bennett. So 8.5 minutes left in regulation, and it's going to be third down, and looks like it'll be 2 yards.
Orchard Park scores again. They now lead 36-6 over Clarence.
Yeah, from something I saw for the Jamestown game, there's roughly 2.5 minutes left in regulation after that incomplete pass that was ruled on fourth down. Here's the snap. It's going to be a give to Hathcock again, and he got stuffed. Got bottled up. Looks like he'll be lucky to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. But you and I both know, Tom, Bennett's going for it.
He gained a yard on that one.
Wow. From my view, it looked like he got back to the line.
No, he gained a yard on that one. This is going to be 4th and short right here.
4th and 1. I'd say, again, give that ball to Darrell Hamilton.
Yeah. And make sure it's right behind Rashad Perry.
4th down and a yard at the 27. Here's a snap. It's a give to Hamilton. I don't think he got it. It'll all depend on the spot.
I don't know. That was a push right there. That I think he got. I think this is going to be a spot.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to take a measurement.
I thought he got to the 25-yard line. And if you look, that is not on the 25-yard line. So they're going to mark it at the 26 inside.
Oh, they're giving it to him.
Yep.
And we're hearing it from the McDowell fans. They're not happy. And Bennett has silenced them throughout the second quarter and a good chunk of the second half. So 7:23 left in regulation and counting. And I just got another update, Tom, as well. Sweet Home and Amherst are playing. Sweet Home's up by a touchdown, 21-14.
No, they're not playing. Amherst played already.
Okay, so the update I got was wrong.
Yeah, Sweet Home is playing Ken West.
So here comes a long throw, and it's going to be a pass interference penalty.
Yeah, we got flags all over there.
Yeah, it was Ziegler. Davis was trying to go for the home run ball, and it looked like it was intended. It looked like it was number 3, I beg your pardon, it was Thomas, who's got over 100 yards receiving tonight.
It almost made some one-hand grab. Did you see that?
Yeah, he nearly pulled Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's gonna be
ineligible.
Yeah, ineligible man downfield on Bennett. Yeah, when you're an offensive lineman, you only get a certain amount of yardage to go past the line of scrimmage, and if you cross it, they throw the flag. 6:57 left in regulation. Score still 22-20. Definitely, should it happen, definitely 4-down territory for Bennett as well. It's going to be a first down. And
I think they're declining this.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. They want to take the down. They want it to go second down.
I don't disagree with that. I don't think that's a bad decision making a second down. But also, what if you make it first down and a little longer? We'll just have to see what the
and then went
it's an
offsides.
art penalty. And the fans, they were getting a little riled here. Honestly, this could probably be a 6.2 on the Richter scale. I'm feeling it on the floor, on my feet right now.
It really is. The whole stands are shaking. So the setup here at McDowell is obviously the press box is on the home side, and there really isn't an empty seat, folks. There really isn't.
No, there's not.
And you can see right now they're banging their feet right now on those stands, and we can feel the press box shaking.
So 2nd down and 15 to 31. It was a false start, so it's not declinable. So big break for McDowell. It's going to be a give to Hathcock. And, he's able to slip away from one tackle, gets away from another, and he'll get it to about the 24, 23-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and about 7 or 8 yards to go.
Does a good job of breaking that to the outside. That's been the strength we've talked about, right? Anytime Bennett can get to the outside, they've made special things happen on their run.
So it was an 8-yard gain by Hathcock. 3rd down and 8 at McDowell's 23. These 2 downs are very important here defensively for both teams. Defensively for McDowell, offensively for Bennett. Davis will look to throw, fakes the handoff, staying in the pocket, evades the pressure, looking, almost lost the ball. He's got running room. He's got the 1st down and more to the 10. He gets to the 5 and knocked out of bounds.
The only negative thing to that in the eyes of Bennett is you go out of bounds right there, right?
Yeah.
Because that stops the clock right there with 6:08, and right now they just want that clock to be running is what they want.
They did McDowell a favor. 1st and goal coming up for the Tigers.
So I think we got a timeout called.
It's going to be at the 7-yard line.
Oh, sorry. I just saw the water person run out. That's why I thought there was a timeout called, but she ran off the field, so...
1st and goal at the 6. And it's going to be a give again to Hamilton. Pounding it inside the 5. Getting it to the 1. And he got in. Touchdown. 2nd touchdown of the game for Darrell Hamilton. How about a baked potato with that pork chop?
Boy, he really has done it today, right? On both sides of the ball. Coming up big right here for Bennett. And this 2-point conversion, folks, this is a big one. This really is, because this is still a 1-possession game right here.
If they got to get Bennett to fail this 2-point conversion, because they do. If they get a touchdown, get to 2 points, it'd be a tie game.
So Perry looks like he's hobbling a little bit, was trying to go off the field, and they sent him back out. Did you see that?
I did. So this is a big 2-point conversion here for Bennett. McDowell has to stop it. Davis takes a snap, looking. Here's a throw. Broken up! Incomplete! Got broken up there by James Ziegler, and that's a big 2-point stop there by McDowell. Because of them getting the ball back and needing a touchdown, they will have to go for 2.
Absolutely. That is big right there. That still keeps McDowell in this game. It's not a 2-point or 2-possession game. It's now still the 1. Boy, what a great job defensively as they make that stop. So just been great listening to all these scores coming throughout Western New York. I mean, it has just been great to hear clear across the way. What a great night so far. Some great scores.
Exciting.
You know what I mean? And I don't think we've really heard or anything about any surprises. But we really are starting, early on, you start to learn a little bit about some teams that we were waiting to see, right? What do they got? What are they going to bring to the table? And we're seeing it with a couple teams really stepping up big right now in Western New York.
Yeah, I just found out less than 90 seconds left in regulation in the Jamestown-Lancaster game. The Red Raiders got the ball back. They are threatening to score.
I mean, that's a game we talked about. I got to tell you, one of the questions in AA is Orchard Park. And how are they not coming up and answering the bell today?
Here's a squib kick by Lewis, and it does get fielded by Simmons. Simmons at the 40, trying to find a gap, gets to the 45, down to 46. So excellent field position coming up for the Trojans. And we got a triple nickel on the clock, 5:55 left in regulation. Again, McDowell, they got to do a double down here. They got to score a touchdown and then convert a 2-point conversion. It's 28-20. they're able to do that and stop Bennett and get the ball back with enough time, they could get a game-winning drive.
No doubt. We got another score update. 31-14 as Iroquois leading Southwestern. And we've got a victory here as Tonawanda comes back and wins 22-20 over Eden.
Wow.
That's a big victory right there for Tonawanda. Maybe the first upset that we've been talking about.
Trips to the left, snap, give on the sweep to Simmons, crosses midfield, trying to strip the ball, and another Bennett helmet pops off.
Was Hamilton's.
And Simmons looks like he's down. But he is up. And again, it was Goodman trying to throw him backwards. But Simmons very lucky that neither one of his feet got caught in the turf. So it looks like the ball will be just at around midfield on the right hash. So 2nd down and 6 at midfield. 4-yard gain. And honestly, also, if you're McDowell, there's necessarily not much of a worry about hurrying it a little bit. You do got all 3 timeouts, and there's more than 5 minutes left in regulation. And Blue's the motion man to give to him on the sweep. Able to evade one defender, gets to the 45, pounds the rock into the 40. Move those chains. That's another first down for McDowell. And they're going to go without a huddle here.
McDuffie on the tackle right there for Bennett.
3 receivers set. It's going to be a handoff again to Blue. Gets to the 40. Breaks a tackle to the 35. Trying to rip the ball out are the Bennett defenders inside the 35 to about the 34. And we got a flag on the play. And the way the official was gesturing, this could be an offside.
Way on the other side of the field, too. Do you see where the flag is?
Yes, I do.
It's right on the sideline of Bennett, sitting at about the 44-yard line is where it is.
I'm curious to see what this is. And from the reaction, it looks like it would be on Bennett.
Because they're talking a lot about this to be some sort of offsides penalty, I'll tell you that.
Illegal substitution on the Bennett Tigers, so move that ball 5 yards. And honestly, I like what McDowell's doing. Go with the no huddle, tire out Bennett's defense, score quickly, then get the 2 points and get your defense back out there to get an attempt to stop Bennett. And the clock's going to continue to roll now. 5:18 left in regulation. Ball on the Bennett 28-yard line, and it's going to be Lunger, who's the back, trips to the left, one receiver right. He's going to keep it on a draw. Moore finding some space to the 20, dragging defenders with him to about the 17-yard line. That's enough for a first down, and they're going no huddle again. And it able to get back in time, and that's going to be offsides. Davis didn't get back in time. To the 10, to the 5 is Blue, and he's down to around the 2-yard line.
I don't see a penalty flag thrown, though.
There was clearly
no flag.
offsides. I can't believe that. And I wonder, though, if they're – I know there's teams that like to lay down on purpose.
They're going to go nuts. So it was Rashad Perry who was down and did not get back. That's who it was.
That should have been an offsides. He did not get back
now
in time.
Hamilton is down. And they're all – obviously they're cramping right now. And you can see the coaches going, how are you not seeing this and stopping these plays?
Well, so we got a final update. Jamestown, they fall to 0-1 to start the year, 16-9, their loss against Lancaster. 55 seconds left?
Lancaster just stopped Jamestown.
Okay.
There was no chance Jamestown.
You could just see right now. I mean,
wow.
There are a couple Bennett players that are they're gassed right now. And you can see coaches upset that they're not seeing that out there, that there was a player down. If you actually saw, Perry was down. He was down and got up and tried to make it, and they didn't stop with him being down right there. And they've stopped every time for somebody that's cramped up, and they did not stop this one.
Yeah, so that's a break for McDowell, and also, not to sound negative, got to give the McDowell offense credit to
absolutely
with hurrying it up
take
and tiring them out.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to take advantage of it for themselves. You can't blame a team for doing that.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line coming up. And honestly, though, I got to give credit, though, for Perry for getting back up and just getting back, even though...
Oh, I can't believe he got back.
Even though there should have been, from my view, it looked like he didn't get back to the line in time, but he was able to get there. First and goal at the 2-yard line. Blew the single back. 2 receivers to the left. Moore in the shotgun formation. This could be a draw by him or Blue. Let's see. Here's the give. No, it's a draw, and he's in for a touchdown. Moore's second rush touchdown of the game, and they're a 2-point conversion away from making this score a tie. 28-26, 4:49 left in regulation. Talk about Big Bo. The pendulum has slightly shifted. They still got to convert the 2-point conversion, though.
Absolutely. And listen, folks, there's still 4:49 left in this game, right? This is far from over. We've got enough time for multiple scores still left.
Here comes the 2-point conversion try. Shotgun again. Looks like this will be a sweep. It's a fake. Moore looking. Throws for Blue. It's good! And we are tied at 28. 4:49 left in the fourth, and the offense has picked it up again. We have a tie game, 28 all, and now McDowell needs to get a stop if they want to win this game in regulation, because I'm sure they don't want to go to overtime.
Nobody wants to at this point, but let's see. Listen, this is why you play it out, right? But boy, what a great drive. Took advantage of everything they could on that drive right there. That drive was all McDowell, no doubt about it. You can see a couple of players for Bennett were just tired. You can see cramping out there right now.
Yeah.
It's warm. It still is warm, folks. I want to say, let's see if we can get you a...
I do know there was one update that I just
got. Still showing 71 degrees out there, and it's 9:30 at night.
Wow. I do got one score update. A Williamsville East game versus Williamsville South. Williamsville East is up 22-7. But we're going to see the kickoff here once again by Sontheimer. And momentum has shifted the way of McDowell. The fans are coming alive once again. 4:49 left in regulation. We are in a stalemate, an impasse, a deadlock. Any definition or cliche you want to say about a tie. 28s apiece. 4:49 left in regulation. And I want to see Sontheimer boot this ball as deep as he can. He's got the cannon. Here's the boot. Wow, what a kick. Inside the 5, and it hits the pylon.
Oh, wow.
That was lucky right there. When it hits the pylon, it is a touchback. Very fortunate for himself, because if that had gone out of bounds beforehand, that ball goes at the 40-yard line.
Wow. I got to tell you, you got to think of one of the players of the game as your kicker today.
I have to agree.
2 field goals. The punt that we saw that went 70 yards. I mean, just unbelievable what we've seen from the kicking game here from McDowell.
So it's going to be 1st down and 10 at the 20 for Bennett.
4:49 right now.
And the offenses have picked up a little bit.
So coaches are upset about something right now.
Well, the head coach for Bennett, McDuffie, he's got to be careful. He already has one unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. He gets another one, he's ejected. And we're feeling the foot vibrations again here on the floor. We're just inches above them. So 80 yards away from a go-ahead touchdown is Bennett.
I really don't expect much more than Bennett trying to run the ball right now. They've been very effective, but you could just see the line. I mean, there is some cramping still going on out there right now.
Yeah, and a couple of the guys are out there. One of them that was cramping up was Hamilton. Davis wants a throw, looking, going outside the pocket. Throws, incomplete. Pass was intended for Roseboro. So 2nd down, 10 to 20. What a way for an ending for the first game of the year that we're doing as a crew.
Yeah,
wouldn't want it any other way.
Listen, I've already been at 2 games, right?
Oh well, first
one goes to overtime right here. The second game's got a shot at right now going to overtime. I mean, it's just been phenomenal, the games we've seen so far.
Second down 10 at the 20-yard line. I formation. Davis under center. It's going to be a handoff, and to about the 24-yard line. Again, that is half cock. So it looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 6 with 4.5 left in regulation. And should McDowell get a stop and get the ball back, they should be in no hurry in getting some plays off because they got all 3 timeouts. Bennett's got 0. That's big. Big 3rd down here. 3rd and 6 at the 24-yard line is Bennett. Shotgun formation for Davis. 4 wides, 2 on each side. Half cocked the single back. Calling the Canes. Davis takes a snap, looking to throw. He throws. It is caught. Looking for some room, and he got it.
Oh, wow, what a second effort right there.
That was Jameer Thomas who made the catch and stayed patient and got enough for the first. And he also got out of bounds, too, so that did stop the clock.
Well, remember, first down automatically stops the clock.
Well, true. Oh, and looks like he wasn't out anyways as the clock's still going. So 3:45 left and counting. Score tied here at 28. Shotgun again, 4 wide receivers. Half cocked the back. Davis in the shotgun again. Takes a snap, looks, throws. That one's caught, but able to slither out of 1 tackle. And getting to about the 35-yard line once again is Thomas. So last couple catches, he's done a good job taking what the defense gives him.
But I'll tell you, they're doing it by the air right now. They are absolutely going to the pass much more than the run right now.
The air up there. And we're about to hit 3 minutes left in regulation. If Bennett does not want to go to overtime, they're going to need to put a little pep in their step with some of the plays.
Well, there's no rush right now. They want that time right now to come so McDowell doesn't have a chance.
4 wides, high snap. Oh, and it's bobbled. It's loose. And it looks like he got recovered by Bennett, but there is a flag. Looks like it's in the vicinity of holding. It's going to be a holding on Bennett, and again, that's a spot foul plus the 10 yards, so this could be big. Last holding penalty by Bennett was 14 yards.
I don't know if this is going to be that much more because the hold had to be right around the line of scrimmage. The play didn't go anywhere, you know what I mean?
Even solo for McDowell, that is huge.
Oh, well, I mean, this is huge for,
So it looks like it's just going to be a 3-yard penalty. 3rd down and 9 at the 32. Shotgun again. High snap. Davis looking. Throws. Deflected and almost intercepted. Pass got deflected there by Howard, and it was Hardick that nearly came up with it. Even so, it is 4th down, and Bennett's way too deep in their own end to go for it.
No, he's sending right now the team out to punt.
Let's see if Lewis can get a better result. His last punt did not gain a yard.
I think they're going to call. Is he trying?
Wait, I am hearing that there is a flag on the play. And the referees are having a conference.
Did he call timeout and not have any?
If that's the case, that would be an unsportsmanlike conduct, I think. It's going to be a penalty on Bennett. The penalty will be declined, so it's going to be 4th down. And let's see if Lewis, again, can do a better job on this one. His last one was a high pop-up in the air that did not get a single yard. And both returners, they're standing shallow around the 35. High snap, here comes the boot. That one, that's a much better punt. Rolling to the 40, and they're just going to let it go. And that's a smart decision. So to go to the 36-yard line, and I got to say, between his first and the last one, that punt was much better. So 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line, and they should be in no hurry. 2:24 left, all 3 timeouts. Bennett's got none, and they're going to have decent field position. And plus, their kicker made a 49-yard field goal to end the first half. So you've got every opportunity in the world right now to walk out of here with a regulation victory.
That is right now, to me, the key to this, right? because they don't have to put the ball into the end zone. And I think they're going to try to move quickly. I don't think they're going to take their time. I think they want to move quickly.
Here's the give on the counter over to Simmons. Flag on the play. It looked like he may have gotten grabbed by the face mask. Now there's another flag as well. Two players are down. And one of them, again, was Perry. We've seen quite a bit of cramping up throughout this ball game here.
Yeah, you got two different flags on the play. You wonder if they're going to be offsetting.
That's what I'm wondering.
One right at that line of scrimmage, which would tell you that's going against McDowell, right? And the one that we thought could have been, was it a face mask or a horse collar type thing?
And Perry is still, looks like he's about to get up on his own power. But we're going to take a quick break. 2:18 left in regulation. We're still tied at 28. Stick around for the conclusion of this matchup right here on WNY Athletics.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we're about to momentarily resume action here. 2:18 left in regulation. McDowell's got the ball. Score 28-13 or 28 all.
Exactly what we said. Hold against McDowell, face mask against Bennett. They're going to be offsetting penalties. We play it again.
I'm sure McDowell will take that over losing yardage on a penalty.
They're going to start this, and they're not even off the field yet, and they're ready to do this. They got a player they're trying to get off that's hurt, and they're ready to start over here.
McDuffie, though, he is kind of pushing the limits a little bit. Even though, from what I'm seeing, he does have the right to be mad.
How do you not let a player get off the field? They literally weren't letting him get up. They were trying to start it, and the player was still not at the other hash marks.
Well, here's a snap. It's going to be a give on a sweep to Simmons. Simmons trying to find space. He'll get it past the 40 to about the 41, so a 5-yard gain as we're about to hit 2 minutes left in regulation.
And they were trying to keep him in bounds. He did a great job of reaching to get out of bounds, but I don't think they gave it to him. As you see, the clock's still ticking right now.
I think he was trying to stretch out for an extra yard.
Well, no, I think he was trying to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Well, here's another give to Simmons, and he's not going to get nothing. And brought down on the play. And once again, that was by Goodman. So it's going to be a 3rd down, and the clock's still running. We're about to have 90 seconds left in regulation, and 28 all the score, 3rd down and 4th to 42. If they want to win in regulation, they got to get a 1st down right here. Calling for the snap. They got 4 wideouts, 2 on each side, and Simmons is the back. Clock is still running. They're losing precious seconds. Here's a snap. Morrill roll to the right, throw, tipped, and incomplete. So 1:11 left in regulation, and honestly,
Hamilton does a great job there.
Yeah, he does.
See him bust through the line right there? Bust through, almost got through the double team right there. Caused to get that throw off quickly right there. And it looks like we're going to have another punt. And you're going to see a 1:11 still left in this ball game.
Yeah, honestly, I do think it was a little bit conservative. But they still got the timeouts. I'm surprised they didn't use one. They lost about 30 seconds. But Southheimer set the punt again. He's done very well on it throughout the game. And this one is another one that's got some high hang time. Bounces at the 25, and it'll go out of bounds at around the 19. So another excellent punt there by Sontheimer. Give him Special Teams Player of the Week honors right there.
So 1:02 left in this. Are we going to overtime is the question.
I'm thinking so. No timeouts left, and Bennett was a bit conservative on their last drive. I do anticipate it would be overtime. Even so, though, when Davis has chosen to throw, he has gotten it done when he's needed to.
Right now, man, I'm going to give Perry a ton of credit. There is not too many people that would fight through what he's fighting through out there on the field to make sure he stays out there for his team. I mean, he is just gutting it. Boy, what a just even more incredible. Like, you give this kid accolades over and over again. Most people would be off the field right now, and he's not coming off.
Davis in the shotgun. Got 3 wides. Davis will roll to the right, looking to throw. Here comes the rush. Throw, and he's just going to throw it away. Smart decision. Don't force anything where it's a possible pick. Just throw it away, go to second down.
A couple more scores. Niagara Wheatfield over Hutch Tech, 27-16. And Maryville wins 28-8 over Cleve Hill.
I do also got another one too, Tom. Medina against Newfane, final score. Medina with the win, 21-7. So second down and 10 at their own 20. 55 seconds left in regulation. And the Tigers break the huddle. And, man, though, Perry gutting it out. Barely able to get to the line. But
he really is. You can just see it.
Tough as nails. So a penalty on Bennett. Looks like it'll be a delay of game.
55 seconds. You're wondering if Bennett at this point is just thinking we're better off just going to overtime. You know, the overtime rules, again, I hope they're the same in Pennsylvania, Newark, that are in New York, is you're going to go to the 20-yard line and you're going to play college rules is what you're going to do.
Yep. Yes, it's similar, but it's 5 yards closer. It'll just be a handoff to a half-cock. You'll get it to about the 19. And I'm surprised that McDowell's not calling a timeout. They got all 3. They're not going to roll over like cell phone minutes going into overtime. And now it looks like they are going to use one. Because the way the punting has been for Bennett, I don't blame McDowell one bit for using one of those timeouts. Then use another one on third down, have one when you get the ball back should you get a stop. But we're going to take a quick break. We're still tied at 28. 41 seconds left in regulation. Stick around for the conclusion right here on WNY Athletic.
We realize now more than ever is the perfect time to have the perfect house. We're confident we'll find your dream home. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Sometimes it just isn't your day. We all need a little help from time to time. That's why we're committed to providing safe, quick, and cost-effective care. And we keep it simple. Just walk in. We're here for you. Learn more today.
And we're about to resume action here. Final 41 seconds in the regulation. Bennett's got the ball, third down and 11 on their own 19. And the way it's looking, Bennett's just playing to possibly force an overtime, and I do think that's the right decision. You don't want to force an interception or commit a costly turnover to where it's great field position and a possible three-pointer through the uprights to get a walk-off win at home. But Davis is going to be in the shotgun formation here. 3rd and 11 at the 19, 4 wideouts, and he's going to look to throw. Here comes the rush. Here's a throw, and that's caught! Past the 30 to the 34-yard line. And the clock will momentarily stop because they got the first down, and that will aid Bennett big time because, again, they have no timeouts left. And they got to hustle. 4 wides once again. 27 seconds left in regulation. Davis takes a snap, looking. He's going to go outside the pocket, take off, and run, and they'll stop him at around the 37-yard line. Be about a 3-yard gain. However, Davis was able to stop the clock with 19 seconds left.
We said coming into this game this was going to be a great one, and it's turned into exactly that. Wow.
And,
just two great teams going at each other. This is another great way for us to kick off this season. I mean, wow, what a game this is.
Yeah, and looks like my theory's kind of proving right. Bennett right now is the last team to have the ball, and it looks like they will for this quarter, but they got to hurry. The clock's running. They're going to get a delay of game penalty. That's going to be, the clock's at 0. That's delay of game. You got to pay attention to the time of the clock.
Listen, I don't think they care. I think right now they just want this thing to run down to go to overtime is all that they're looking for at this point.
with the last couple plays, I thought they were going to try and throw it downfield. But it's going to be a 2nd and 12 at the 32. 19 seconds left in regulation. High snap, quick pass, that's caught. And out of bounds is Thomas at the 35, just a 3-yard gain. So a good job by the secondary of McDowell to just keep them to those yards and not get anything more.
And stop the clock right there with 15 seconds. So
Indeed.
3rd down here, I mean, you're still talking, right? Like you said, you could force a punt still.
So 3rd down and 9 at their own 35. Let's see if they run the play or just decide to take the 5 yards. 4 wides, 2 on each side. Hath cocked the back. Shotgun snap, looking. Here comes outside the pocket is Davis. He's going to take off. He gets to the 40, and he'll head out of bounds at around the 45 with 7 seconds left. He just got enough for the 1st down, and it's going to be Hail Mary time.
Yeah, good decision, though, right?
Very true.
Run clock out, right? Don't get hurt. Get the ball out. I mean, and now you do give yourself enough to be able to try to make that one play.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. 7 seconds left. It's going to be one more play in regulation unless it's something quick to where they get out of bounds or a possible 1st down, which momentarily stops the clock. 4 wide outs, 2 slots. Davis takes a shotgun snap, looking. Pocket collapses. Here's the throw. Incomplete. 2 seconds left in regulation. Now this will for sure be the final play of regulation play.
They wanted, McDowell wanted intentional grounding thrown on this one.
I did see 2 receivers, though, around the area.
Yeah, I agree with you. There wasn't where it was, I know they want it, but I thought there was players close enough, and he was getting hit as he threw it.
So 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line. Let's see if they just do a handoff to Hathcock and go to overtime, or a little razzle-dazzle lateral play, or a Hail Mary. I wouldn't mind seeing his full-on arm strength, but there is a flag with 0.8 of a second left.
Be a false start.
And before our next play, got a couple more score updates. Williamsville East, they're now ahead 29-7 over Williamsville South, and Sweet Home, they won their game tonight 41-28. So, clock's back up to 2 seconds. 2nd and 15 at their own 40. I'm curious what Bennett does here. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. It's going to be a quick pass. It's caught, but stopped right away. We're going to have overtime. We're tied at 28. It's the end of regulation, but the game will continue on. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back for overtime right here on WNY Athletics.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
And we're about to momentarily start overtime here. We're tied up at 28 between McDowell and Bennett. And the rules of overtime, very similar to college football, but in high school, it's going to be 5 yards closer at the 20-yard line to start.
Yeah, I mean, this is this right now is, you got to think, you really don't give right now an advantage to either team. The only advantage I'm giving right now, you'd give to McDowell just because you just see so many players. Like, just look at the Bennett sideline right now. That's what worries me. There's a lot of players right down that you can see getting stretched that are just, this weather is tough. It really is. But I got to tell you, the heart we've seen from these Bennett Tigers has just been unbelievable to watch. I mean, the line from Rashad Perry to just, to Hamilton, to the line that we've seen out here step up in this heat and battling everything possible out there and still doing it. I don't know how many people would have done it. I think we would have seen players, tap out, leave, go sit on the bench, and they are not. They are fighting tooth and nail out there.
Yes, they are.
And you got to give them all the credit in the world. They really are fighting with everything they got. They have just been something to watch, and this whole game really has been.
Oh, it's been a very entertaining game. It really has. It was an offensive battle for the first quarter, then for about 2 it was defensive, and then both offenses picked it back up and went in overdrive again. And honestly, no matter what the final result is, both teams need to walk out of here with their heads out up high, because in this heat of a tropical heat wave, they all left it out on the field.
Yeah, I mean, they really are. We're going to see right now. So what they'll do is they'll come out and figure out who gets the ball first. Yep. Is what they're going to decide, and then they'll also decide on which side of the field they're actually going to play this one on.
Yep.
So a couple things that need to get decided right here, but it just has been an incredible game to watch. It really has.
And usually the team that wins the coin toss, they always pick defense because they get the ball to start the second overtime on offense, should that be necessary.
Well, you also want to come out and know what you've got to do, right? You want to know that you're going to come out and get a stop right here. And what would be very interesting in Bennett, right? If they defer and McDowell scores first, are you forcing McDowell to have to go for the 2-point conversion?
If I'm McDowell, I say you got to do it.
Because you already know that's exactly what Bennett's going to do.
Yep.
So Bennett, with their style of play right here, could force McDowell into doing something they don't want to do here just by winning this. So it could be really big on behalf of right now Bennett. A lot of things could go in their favor. So you can see it looks like McDowell's going to receive.
Looks like they're going to play offense first. And with us talking about that, though, Tom, that reminded me of a game not too long ago, a couple years ago during the COVID shutdown. Jamestown was taking on South Park for their championship game, and South Park, they're similar to Bennett. They're known for going for 2 a lot. Jamestown scored first. They decided to go for the extra point, which made it 29-22, and then South Park scored a touchdown. They converted the 2-point conversion and had Jamestown go home with a loss.
Right, and that's what I just said is you really, because of the style of play, could really force McDowell into making some decisions they don't want to normally do in that circumstance. So hopefully, you know what I mean, if I'm right now, Bennett, I've got some of that rest, right? I got something. I got some fluids in me. We're doing everything we can. This is a great timeout for your team that obviously they felt they needed right here. And we're playing at the end of that game to go to overtime.
Yep. And looks like McDowell will get the ball first. And it's going to start at the 20-yard line. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like it's starting at the 10.
Yeah, they are. They are starting at the 10.
So it must be different for Pennsylvania. Yeah, again, because Bennett's playing in PA, it's going by Pennsylvania rules. So ball at the 10-yard line to stop. It's going to be a touch pass over to Jackson. Jackson gets to the 5, breaks it free, and gets to about the 1.5-yard line. So strong start right off the bat for McDowell on that little touch pass to Ray Jackson. So it's going to be ruled out at the 3, a 7-yard gain. Second down and goal at the 3. More in the shotgun. High snap. Give to Simmons. Looking for the end zone. He's at the 1. He did not break the plane. It's going to be 3rd down and goal at the, looks like it'll be at the 1 or at the closest to 6-inch line.
Yeah, I think this is like in a foot.
So honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if Morris tries to sneak this in. He's got 2 rush touchdowns. I'm sure he wouldn't mind a hat trick, or it could be a quarterback draw. Oh, no, it's going to be a direct snap, and it looks like he got in. And it's going to be a touchdown for McDowell. So a direct snap.
So here we go. They're going for 2.
It went to longer, and honestly, I like that they're going for 2 here because you know that Bennett's going to do it, so you got to do it yourself. And if you convert, then you got to make Bennett. They'll have to convert, and if they don't, game's over. Here's the 2-point conversion try. Lunger will keep it. He's going into the end zone, and he didn't get it. He is short.
That's a big stop right
there.
Yes, it is. That really is. What did I say? Bennett's style of play right there could put you into making a decision you didn't really want to make right there because you've got such a great kicker. So now, what does Bennett got to do to now put this in the end zone? You're going to the 10-yard line, right? So This is even better if you're Bennett right here, and you got to think you're going to get a heavy dose of the run right here.
And I'm thinking it's going to be Kareem Hathcock. And if it gets inside the 1, Darrell Hamilton.
I wouldn't even be surprised if you see Hamilton even before then, right? You saw how well he was running the ball. And when you've got, right now, listen, tired legs out there, right? You got a guy right there that's ready to hit you like as hard as he is that runs the ball. Boy, you may even want to think about running him early in this one to see if he could actually break something himself. You know, and again, you got Lewis out there. Again, especially if you can get out quick to the outside. We've seen Lewis been very effective with the run every time he went to the outside. So a lot of options right here for the Bennett Tigers.
Yes, indeed. And with it being at the 10, this is a huge advantage, though, for Bennett as well. So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. It's going to be a give to Hathcock, and he'll get maybe a yard. Down at the 9-yard line. A wall of defenders there for McDowell. One of the guys there was Carson Hardick, number 5. Okay, 2nd and goal at the 9, just a 1-yard gain by Hathcock. And this is no choice. This is 4 downs here. 1 down, they've got 3 more chances still. They're in the I formation. And under center is Davis. And he'll throw for the end zone. Oh, almost caught one-handed by Thomas. Incomplete.
If you replay that, there was a push right there on that one. He got pushed before that ball even got there. You saw the coaches right here. You saw the coaches right here. Wow, there was a push out there. There's no doubt. I'm shocked there was no flag called on that one.
Are we referencing offensive or defensive?
It would have been defensive right
there.
The defensive push right there.
So 3rd down and goal at the 9. So 2 downs away from McDowell from walking out with a W, but also 2 chances left though for Bennett to at least tie this game. 3rd and goal at the 9. Fans here are getting loud. Shotgun. Davis takes a snap. Throws. Incomplete. Intended for Thomas. And it's going to be 4th and goal at the 9. Last chance here for Bennett. It almost got picked off by Jackson, but it hit the ground before he was able to make the catch. So timeout's going to be called. We will take a quick break ourselves. 34-28 the score in favor of McDowell, but stick around for the 4th down play right here on WNY Athletic.
Western New York Immediate Care's new locations are now open. Whether you've suffered a minor injury or just aren't feeling well, Western New York Immediate Care provides safe, quick, high-quality care at an affordable cost. Our clinicians are trained to diagnose and treat non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses and are equipped with on-site x-ray and labs to help you feel better, faster. With 4 convenient locations open 7 days a week, Western New York Immediate Care is here to help when and where you need us. Visit us online to learn more.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
And this is it. 4th and goal at the 9. Davis takes a snap. Here comes the rush. Rolling over to the left, looking, and he's sacked! He's sacked! And McDowell survives. They're going to win this game in overtime. Christian Lunger with the sack on Davis on 4th down, and the Trojans survive 34-28. Tom, what a finish!
Unbelievable game. Really unbelievable game. And, I'm going to tell you, Bennett, nothing to hang your head on here.
Oh, no. They took McDowell. They pushed them to the limit.
Between the bus ride down here that you had to experience.
Yeah.
Between the weather that you fought through. There are so many things that you fought through that head up high right here, Bennett.
Yes, I agree.
This is something you can build off of, especially if you believe a state championship is on your way or something you can achieve. I truly believe this is something you could build off of and go after that. What a game by both teams. This has just been something to watch and something you're going to absolutely build on for both of these teams.
Yeah, and it's only week 1. No need to panic.
Week two for McDowell.
Well, I'm referencing for Bennett, though. Week 1, it was week 2 for McDowell. They go to 2-0. Bennett 0-1, but it's not the end of the world. Plenty of football left.
But Bennett is challenging themselves. They're doing the right things. They're playing competition way up. So because they want to go after a state championship, you play games like this to go after that. That's exactly what they're doing, and they got to hang their heads up high. And I'm telling you, unbelievable with some of the players out here. They left everything on the field. What Dick Gallagher would always say is, you never know when it's going to be your last game.
Very true.
Make sure you leave it all on the field, and this Bennett team did exactly that.
Yeah, the willingness to push themselves to play tougher teams, that's something I do respect. And if you're able to take a powerhouse team to overtime, there's no reason why you can't pull one off in the bigger stages, the championship games, the playoffs, and so on and so forth.
McDowell, you put on one hell of a show here.
Indeed.
It really felt like I was at McDowell University right here. I mean, between the pregame, the halftime, the parents, everything, you really did such a fabulous job. And I'll tell you, just so many accolades go to both these teams.
Yep, and once again, the final score in overtime, McDowell pulls off the victory, 34-28. You've watched this matchup between these two teams on WNY Athletics, along with Tom Prince, our producer Jeremy Becker, and our camera guy Alex Colsty. I'm Norm Rodriguez saying we will see you next time.